Chapter 1062, Gradual Change, Chapter 22, Wu Yanyan's words were heavy, laced with a hint of accusation. Once she formed an opinion of someone, everything that person did was wrong. Yan Erju was stunned. She just felt it was inappropriate to always dine at her classmates' homes. She hadn't expected Wu Yanyan to be angry again. Ah! Yan Erju sighed helplessly. Back in the room, Yan Erju said to Wu Jinshu, Xiaoyun has changed. She felt she was becoming unrecognizable. Wu Jinshu also sighed, the child is grown up, she has her own thoughts now. Plus, I heard a teacher say today that children reach a certain age and enter a rebellious phase, which those educated folks call adolescence. Adolescence? Yan Erju frowned, looking puzzled. Wu Jinshu nodded, yes, adolescence, and I've also heard that teenagers and adolescents are not easy to manage. Some even go down the path of crime during this time. Nearly every family deals with situations like this. At this point, Wu Jinshu paused, then continued, in the future, let's be a bit more relaxed with Yenyun, not question everything, and allow the child some personal space. Although Wu Jinshu was not literate and had a low level of education, he was a rare good father. He could tolerate all his child's flaws. Yan Erju continued, adolescence, my foot. Where do these absurd theories come from? Why didn't I have an adolescence when I was young? Maybe you've forgotten, Wu Jinshu said. Yan Erju sighed, so when does this adolescence phase end? Wu Jinshu shook his head, I'm not quite sure about that. Yan Erju went on, but what if she's in adolescence all her life? A lifetime of adolescence? Wu Jinshu laughed, Erju, don't worry. Although I don't know when adolescence will end, it definitely won't last a lifetime. During this period, Wu Yenyun almost went riding motorcycles with Wei Haoguang every day after school and gradually learned to drink. Late returns home had become the norm. Her parents and the Wu family still believed she was studying at a classmate's house. In mid-February, Li Yao returned from Shanghai. During this time, Li Yao had already arranged the store affairs in Shanghai. This trip, she was coming to transport the ice muscle jade skin products back to Shanghai. Li Yao hired a large truck for the job directly. Seeing this truck, Ni Yang chuckled, Sister Yao Yao, how much ice muscle jade skin are you planning to haul back? Li Yao said, beautiful, just get me the stock, however much it is, I can sell it out. Through her promotion, ice muscle jade skin had already gained high popularity among the circles of ladies and socialites. Ni Yang laughed, I just shipped a batch to M country recently, and with the recent sales, our stock is not much now. How can this be? Li Yao frowned slightly and continued, don't you have a large factory now? Can't keep up with the demand? Ni Yang went on, the factory won't be finished for another half-month. I estimate it can only start operating at the beginning of next month. Ah! Upon hearing this, Li Yao looked at Ni Yang with a face full of disappointment. I thought the factory had already started operating. That's not so fast, Ni Yang continued, but Sister Yao Yao, don't be disappointed. Although we don't have a lot in stock right now, it's still enough for you to sell. How much is there? Li Yao asked. Come with me to have a look. Ni Yang led Li Yao to the warehouse. The warehouse was filled with piles of ice muscle jade skin, all very fresh, having been produced only recently. Li Yao continued, this isn't even enough for 2 days' sales. Ni Yang went on, limited editions are sold only at the beginning and end of the month. Including the basic ones, it should be enough for you until next month. Just hang in there for a while, and it'll be fine once the factory starts. Alright, that's the only option now, Li Yao nodded, by the way, Yang, how much for these? Ni Yang clicked on her abacus, 57,000 in total. Okay, I'll transfer it to your account from the bank when I get back. Trust the doubtful, doubt the trusted, Ni Yang nodded, okay. Then Ni Yang added, has Sister Jiao arrived in Beijing? She'll probably take a little while longer. After loading the goods, Ni Yang joined Li Yao for a meal at the Fragrant Beauty restaurant. Li Yao devoured 3 desserts in one go and sighed lightly, "Oh my. I'm so satisfied. During my time in Shanghai, all I could think about was the delicious food from Beijing Beauty. Now I've finally had my fill. I wonder when the boss of Beijing Beauty plans to open a branch in Shanghai." When Ni Yang had originally founded Beijing Beauty, she had never thought about turning it into a cheap chain of restaurants. She wanted Beijing Beauty to be a legacy, to become a major landmark of Beijing. It was better to have a scarcity than an excess. If Beijing Beauty could be found everywhere, it would lose its original business philosophy. Moreover, even without opening branches, the daily turnover at Beijing Beauty was still impressively high. Ni Yang smiled and asked, "Sister Yao Yao, do you really like the food from Beijing Beauty that much?" Li Yao nodded, "Of course. Beijing Beauty has the most delicious food I have ever tasted." Ni Yang smiled and took a bite of a duck tongue. The 18th day of the second lunar month was Mo Baichuan's engagement day. Mo Baichuan was Mo Qixin's elder nephew, and Ni Yang was Mo Qixin's girlfriend. With such an important occasion, it wouldn't be appropriate for Ni Yang not to go. In the morning, as soon as Ni Yang came downstairs, she saw Mo Qixin already sitting at the dining table having breakfast. Little Ni Yun was sitting across from him. Perhaps because little Ni Yun had known Mo Qixin since she was young, she inexplicably liked Mo Qixin very much and treated this future brother-in-law just like a real brother. "Mo brother, why are you here so early?" Ni Yang asked Mo Qixin in surprise. "Early? I've been waiting for you for over half an hour," Mo Qixin replied. Ni Yang felt a bit embarrassed and touched her nose. Although Mo Qixin was usually a bit scatterbrained, he was very proper at the Ni family's house. When Ni Yang was sleeping, he never stepped half a foot into her bedroom. "Have you brushed your teeth and washed your face?" Mo Qixin followed up with another question. Ni Yang nodded. "Sit here. I'll dish up some food for you." Mo Qixin rose from his chair. Watching Mo Qixin's retreating figure, Ni Yang thought to herself that this man was far too comfortable here. This was clearly her home, yet Mo Qixin behaved as if he was in his own place. Soon, Mo Qixin returned with a bowl of white porridge and also held a boiled egg in his hand. He calmly peeled the eggshell, placed the yolk in his own bowl, and gave the egg white to Ni Yang. Ni Yang wasn't picky with food, but she didn't like the yolk of boiled eggs. Therefore, whenever Mo Qixin was around, he would eat the yolk. If Mo Qixin wasn't there, Ni Yang wouldn't eat the egg at all. Big sisters who are picky eaters won't grow tall. Little Ni Yun winked at Ni Yang playfully. Ni Yang smilingly said, "Your big sister isn't picky, it's just that your future brother-in-law loves egg yolks, so your sister gives them to him because I can't bear to eat them." "Really?" Ni Yang nodded earnestly. "You're so nice to your brother-in-law. You're the best, big sister." Little Ni Yun exclaimed. Ni Yang's lips held a smile. As the conversation ended, little Ni Yun asked, "Big sister, are you happy now?" Ni Yang nodded slightly, scooped a spoonful of white porridge into her mouth, and said, "It's all right." "Big sister, can I have some candy?" At this, little Ni Yun held up a small finger, just one piece. Ni Yang shook her head with a smile, "Nope." "Why not?" Little Ni Yun began shaking Ni Yang's arm, pouting, "You're the best, big sister." "That won't work, your sugar-coated bullets are useless against your sister." Little Ni Yun turned her head to Mo Qixin, "Brother-in-law." Mo Qixin turned to look at Ni Yang, "Looking at me is no use. Your sister is the boss here. I have to follow her lead." Little Ni Yun's mouth quivered and she burst into tears with a loud wah. "No candy means no candy, crying won't change anything," Ni Yang added. Little Ni Yun sobbed and sniffled, saying, I like you so much, big sister, you you really disappoint me." The poor little thing looked absolutely heartbroken. Ni found a tissue to wipe little Ni tears and said, "What did big sister tell you before? Eating candy is bad for your teeth. If you always eat candy, little bugs will grow on your teeth. They will slowly burrow into the inside of your teeth and eat them away. Then, our pretty little Yunyun will have to eat only soft food, like porridge and noodle mush. If that happens, you won't be able to eat delicious things like chicken, duck, fish, or big pancakes anymore. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1063, Mo Baichuan's Engagement, 23rd Update. Hearing this, little Ni covered her mouth in fear. "No, I don't want little bugs to grow on my teeth." "Then will you still eat candy?" Ni asked. Little Ni hesitated, then asked, "Did great-grandma also lose her teeth to bugs because she ate too much candy?" "Yes," Ni nodded seriously, "so Yunyun, from now on you can only have one candy a week, otherwise, bugs will eat your teeth." "So, will you listen to your sister from now on?" "I will," little Ni nodded. Between candy and her teeth, little Ni wisely chose her teeth. Just then, Grandpa Zheng walked in with a "Ho, Yang, I thought I heard little Yunyun crying just now." "Why was she crying?" "You should ask her yourself," Ni responded. Little Ni looked up at Grandpa Zheng. "Grandpa, I won't eat candy anymore. Sister said that eating candy makes little bugs grow on teeth." Grandpa Zheng, who doted on little Ni, chuckled, "Having one occasionally won't harm you." Little Ni held up one little finger. "Sister said only one a week." "Oh, our little Yunyun is so pitiful," Grandpa Zheng exclaimed. Little Ni, cunning as she was, immediately put on a sad expression following behind him. Ni looked at Grandpa Zheng. "Grandpa, you must not secretly give Yunyun candy." Grandpa Zheng nodded. I want. After breakfast, Ni and Mo Qishan left for the Mo family's house. Grandpa Zheng, not fond of going out, stayed home with little Ni, while Grandma Zheng and Grandma Shengguan had already gone in Shengguan Dihui's car. The engagement ceremony was held at the Mo family's villa. By 10 in the morning, many friends and relatives had already gathered at the Mo family's villa to offer their congratulations. Indeed, there were also those who came to watch the spectacle. Before this, Zhao Jingrong had been Mo Qishan's fiancé. Bai Chuan was a junior in the family, and now things were in disarray, weren't they? More importantly, Bai Chuan had previously been cheated on by Li Xianxian. Everyone thought Zhao Jingrong must have been kicked in the head by a donkey to marry Bai Chuan. Otherwise, with Zhao Jingrong's status, she could have found someone better. In fact, Zhao Jingrong's parents and brothers initially did not approve of her being with Bai Chuan. But after finding out that Bai Chuan was Mr. Mog, they had no more objections. That was the famous Mr. Mog. Marrying him was like a blessing cultivated over 3 lifetimes. Now let them laugh. Once they find out Bai Chuan is Mr. Mog, they'll be the one surprised. By then, Zhao Jingrong would be the object of the whole city's envy. Zhao Jingrong, dressed in a red gown, and Mo Qishan stood at the entrance to greet the guests. Mo Qishan gently held on to Ni as they walked over. "Uncle Lu, Miss Ni," Zhao Jingrong was in a great mood today, all smiles. After all, the man standing next to her was a well-known figure. Soon, she would be his fiancé, his companion. Bai Chuan watched the two approaching. He felt it was utterly blinding. This worthless Uncle Lu was definitely not worthy of Ni Yang. Ni Yang would never fall for such a man. Ni Yang must be truly heartbroken today, especially since he was getting engaged to Zhao Jingrong. But heartbreak was useless now. He had given Ni Yang a chance, and it was she who did not seize it properly. She couldn't blame anyone else. Bai Chuan squinted his eyes, subtly observing every minute expression on Ni Yang's face. Ni Yang, as usual today, wore a cheongsam and a coat. The plain cheongsam paired with a deep blue coat emanated an indescribable vigor. Ni Yang handed a prepared red envelope to Zhao Jingrong. I wish you love that endures through the years, may you know each other as intimately as ever, and may you bathe in the river of love for the rest of your lives. Thank you. Zhao Jingrong accepted the red envelope, then responded, I also wish that you and Uncle Lu soon achieve harmony and enter the palace of marriage. Ni Yang smiled and thanked her, then she and Mo Qishan walked inside. Baichuan slightly frowned. He felt something was off. From the beginning to the end, Ni Yang's face showed not a hint of sadness. Seeing the person she loved get engaged to another woman, could she really feel nothing? Or was she suppressing her own feelings? Actually, deep inside, she had already fallen apart. After all, Ni Yang was the best at acting. Yes. That must be it. In the hall, Mo Baichuan's parents were hosting important guests. Mrs. Mo was chatting with Mrs. Shengguan and Mrs. Zheng. Shengguan Dehui was strolling in the Mo family's garden with Ni Tsuehua. Apart from the relatives of the Mo family, the relatives from Zhao Jingrong's family were also in the hall. Today, Mo Baichuan and Zhao Jingrong were the protagonists, so Mo Qishan didn't need to entertain guests, so he took Ni Yang upstairs to play games, planning to come down for dinner when it was time. As Mo Baichuan made several rounds in the hall and failed to see Ni Yang, he became more convinced that Ni Yang must be feeling terrible inside. Without even thinking, he knew Ni Yang must have secretly hidden in a corner to cry. She brought this on herself. She didn't deserve any sympathy. Mo Baichuan indifferently withdrew his gaze and, urged by Zhao Jingrong, went with her to attend to Zhao family's relatives. The engagement party was very smooth. Ni Yang and Mo Qishan didn't come downstairs until it was time to eat. The Mo family was thriving, and during the meal, Song Beicheng brought a group of younger family members to toast. Ni Yang actually had a good tolerance for alcohol, but Mo Qishan wouldn't let her drink, blocking all the shots taken by the juniors. His originally pale face warmed with hints of ruddy color. His whole demeanor took on a more lively charm. Ni Yang quietly tugged at Mo Qishan's hand. Brother Mo, you've had too much. I know my limits, I won't overdo it, Mo Qishan whispered close to her ear. Actually, I can hold my liquor pretty well too, Ni Yang said. Hearing this, Mo Qishan's expression darkened slightly. Nonsense. Why should a girl be drinking at all? What about you then? My tolerance should be better than yours. In my previous life, I once drank over a liter of vodka and didn't even feel dizzy. Mo Qishan's eyes deepened, the scent of alcohol warm as it evenly floated to Ni Yang's ear. Do I look like I can't handle it, Ni Yang, she suspected that Mo Qishan was flirting, but she had no proof. Their interaction was all caught by Mo Baichuan across the room. Upon seeing this scene, Mo Baichuan's face turned sour. What was Ni Yang doing? Was she doing this on purpose for him to see? Did she think he liked her that much? Then she was really overestimating herself. Mo Baichuan's face subtly changed, and he reached out to put an arm around Zhao Jingrong's waist. Come, let's go and give Uncle Six and Auntie Six a toast. Okay, Zhao Jingrong nodded. The two walked over to Mo Qishan and Ni Yang. Mo Baichuan raised his glass. Uncle Six, Auntie Six, Jingrong and I would like to toast to you. Your Auntie Six doesn't drink much, you'll have her drink, he said and then downed the drink in his glass. His gesture of blocking the drink for Ni Yang was inexplicably charming. Zhao Jingrong was a bit fascinated. She had been with Mo Baichuan for so long, and he had never done something so considerate, let alone block a drink for her. Moreover, regardless of Mo Qishan looking better than Mo Baichuan, he had a royal aura that Mo Baichuan did not possess. Too bad, appearance and aura can't be eaten. Even if Mo Qishan looked good, he was nothing but a wastrel at heart. Thinking this, Zhao Jingrong felt somewhat better. She was marrying Mr. Mog, how could this wastrel, Mo Qishan, compare? After the toast, Mo Qishan put the glass back on the table. Have some tea quickly. Ni Yang gave Mo Qishan a strong cup of tea, it's to help with the alcohol. Throughout it all, Ni Yang had not spared Mo Baichuan a single glance. Mo Baichuan squinted his eyes and walked away with Zhao Jingrong. Just then, an elderly couple with gray hair walked over, holding on to each other. The elderly couple were shaky on their feet and almost fell as they approached, but fortunately, Ni Yang quickly stood up and steadied them. Be careful, elderly. Thank you. The elderly man looked up and saw Mo Qishan, excitedly exclaimed, Uncle Six. Uncle Six, do you still remember me? Imsan Wazi. Uncle Six? Who is this elderly man calling? Both of these elderly people seemed to be in their 70s or 80s, didn't that make their Uncle Six over 100 years old? But she hadn't seen any centenarians at the event today. For a moment, Ni Yang was confused. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1064, The Uncomfortable Mo Baichuan, Chapter 24, At that moment, Mo Qishan nodded calmly, I remember. Ni Yang. Mo Qishan was their Uncle Six. Had she heard wrong? Ni Yang looked at Mo Qishan with a face full of surprise. Mo Qishan smiled and said, Yang, this is my nephew Lu Daqiang. You can call him Daqiang or Third Kiddo, it's all fine. Third Kiddo, this is your Auntie Six. The old master said very respectfully, hello, Auntie Six. Ni Yang swallowed, and that term Third Kiddo ultimately didn't leave her lips, hello. The old master nudged the old lady next to him with his elbow. After a moment, the old lady reacted, bowed, and followed suit, hello Uncle Six, Auntie Six. Hello, you too. Ni Yang had long known that Mo Qishan's generational ranking in the Mo family was not low, but she didn't know that his ranking was so high. And moreover, when the two elders looked at Mo Qishan, there wasn't a trace of disdain in their eyes, but all the respect that a junior should have. A prominent family really was a prominent family. That kind of adherence to tradition that came from the bones was something ordinary people simply couldn't imitate. Just then, the old master called over a middle-aged couple and proceeded, Uncle Six, Auntie Six, this is the Jianhu couple. Jianhu, Ingzi, these are your Grandpa Six and Grandma Six. The middle-aged couple immediately greeted them, hello, Grandpa Six and Grandma Six. Ni Yang raised an awkward but polite smile, hello to you too. Mo Qishan casually took out 2 red envelopes from his pocket and handed them to them. After the family of 4 left, Ni Yang looked at Mo Qishan and said, I didn't expect your family ranking to be so high. Mo Qishan, with an air of someone used to the world, said, what's so surprising about that? Some people even call me great-grandpa. It's just that they're not here today. Mo Baichuan's generational ranking in the Mo family was already high, and since Mo Qishan was the youngest, his ranking was naturally even higher. Ni Yang said, does that mean I'm supposed to be a great-grandma now? Mo Qishan continued, what does it matter if our generational ranking is high? Wait until our daughter is born in the future, and they'll all have to call her granny. Because little Ni Yun was just too cute, Mo Qishan particularly wanted a daughter. A daughter born to him and Ni Yang would definitely be very cute and very pretty. Cut it out. Ni Yang poked Mo Qishan's arm, dream on. Mo Qishan, slightly tipsy, wrapped an arm around Ni Yang's shoulder, Yang, let's have a few more daughters in the future, right now there's a family planning policy, each family can only have 1 child, Ni Yang reminded him. Then shall we immigrate to another country? Mo Qishan suggested. No. Ni Yang said, born a Chinese, die with the soul of a Chinese, I am firmly against changing nationality. Ni Yang aspired to earn a hefty sum from foreigners for the Chinese skincare industry, and to stand up for it. How could she possibly consider immigration? She was Chinese, why would she contribute to another country? That was just impossible. All right then, if you don't move, I won't move. In the future, you'll call the shots in our family. Actually, Mo Qishan had no intention of immigrating either, he just said it on a whim. Big brother Mo, you've had too much to drink, I'll help you upstairs to rest. I haven't had that much. Let's go. Ni Yang greeted the others at the dining table and then supported Mo Qishan as they headed upstairs. Do you need any help, little auntie? Song Beicheng came over to ask. With one hand around Mo Qishan's waist and the other gripping his hand, Ni Yang said, thanks, but there's no need. I can manage on my own. Are you sure you can handle it? Song Beicheng expressed his doubts. Mo Qishan was nearly 190 centimeters tall, though not fat, he was still a big man. Mo Qishan was honestly worried that Ni Yang wouldn't be able to carry him. Ni Yang laughed and said, piece of cake. Are you sure you don't need help? Dear nephew. Ni Yang looked up at Song Beicheng, I am sure and certain that I don't need your help. Go play over there. Go play over there. Did Ni Yang just treat him like a 3-year-old child? Song Beicheng scratched his head. During their conversation, Ni Yang had led Mo Qishan to the stairwell of the second floor. This convinced Song Beicheng, it seemed Ni Yang truly was capable. As Song Beicheng watched the backs of Ni Yang and Mo Qishan, another person was also watching. This person was Mo Baichuan. Mo Baichuan narrowed his eyes, and the expression at the bottom of his eyes didn't look good. He could no longer distinguish when Ni Yang was pretending and when she was not. Could it be that Ni Yang watched him and Zhao Jingrong's engagement without feeling a thing? Could it be that she had to wait until he and Zhao Jingrong got married before she came to steal the bride? Mo Baichuan exhaled softly. Ni Yang took Mo Qishan straight to the third-floor room and then made him a cup of honey water. Honey water, it sobers you up. Mo Qishan obediently took the cup and drained the honey water in one gulp. Do you want more? Ni Yang asked. No, thanks. Just then, Mo Qishan suddenly reached out, hugged Ni Yang, and pressed her onto the sofa. Feeling his unusual behavior, Ni Yang pushed him, Brother Mo, you're drunk. Don't move, let me hold you for a while. Mo Qishan's tone was deep. After quite some time, Mo Qishan finally let her go, stood up, and walked to the side. Brother Mo, where are you going? I'm going to the restroom, Mo Qishan answered. Do you need help? Ni Yang asked absent-mindedly. Upon hearing this, Mo Qishan's steps halted, and he turned to look at Ni Yang. The depth of his eyes seemed like a concentrated ink that had not spread. His tone was low, are you sure? Only then did Ni Yang realize what she had said, and her ears blushed furiously, abandoning the cup, and she walked downstairs. They'll go check downstairs. Mo Qishan let out a light chuckle, pulled open the bathroom door, and soon there was the sound of splashing water from inside. Downstairs the guests were still in abundance. Aunt, why did you come down alone? Where is my uncle? Song Beicheng saw Ni Yang coming down from upstairs and asked with concern. He drank too much and is lying in bed now, Ni Yang said. Song Beicheng nodded, I see. Actually, since a moment ago, Song Beicheng had found it quite strange. Mo Qishan used to have a very good alcohol tolerance, so how did he get drunk after just a few drinks today? Aunt, when do you plan to get the formalities done with my uncle? Song Beicheng inquired. What formalities? Ni Yang hadn't quite caught on. Just then, Mo Baichuan, who happened to be holding a wine glass, overheard the conversation. Hearing Ni Yang's tone, it seemed that she had no intention of being together with Mo Qishan. He knew it, the reason Ni Yang was with Mo Qishan was all because of him. In this way, on the day of his and Zhao Jingrong's wedding, Ni Yang was sure to show her true colors. With this thought, Mo Baichuan's originally gloomy heart suddenly brightened. The formalities with my uncle, of course. Song Beicheng continued, when are you planning to have the wedding? Ni Yang smiled, oh, that. There's no rush. Let's talk about it after I graduate. Ni Yang was only 19 this year, she didn't want to step into the institution of marriage so early. Might as well wait. After all, men don't have to give birth, so it doesn't matter if they marry late. Song Beicheng said, but my uncle is already 29 this year. By the time you graduate, he'll be old. Ni Yang raised an eyebrow slightly, nephew, as I recall, you're about the same age as your uncle, right? Do you have a girlfriend? When are you getting married? If you don't, I have a few pretty girls around me, shall I introduce you to one? Hearing this, Song Beicheng felt a headache coming on. He hated being rushed into marriage the most and quickly replied, Aunt, I have other things to deal with. I'll check over there. Ni Yang chuckled. This engagement conveniently set the wedding date for Mo Baichuan and Zhao Jingrong, which was on the 18th of June on the lunar calendar, more than 4 months away. Time passed quickly, and in the blink of an eye, another half-month had gone by. During this time, Zhuoling had a hard time. In just 2 months, he looked like he had aged 10 years. He regretted it, he didn't want to live with Chen Liebao, who was no better than Zhu Beiji, for another day. Mom, I want to divorce Chen Liebao. What did you say? Zhuo's mother was startled. I want to divorce Chen Liebao. Zhuoling repeated. Zhuo's mother hurriedly covered Zhuoling's mouth, Lingling, you can't talk nonsense like that. Zhuoling's current job was given to him by Chen Libao's father. If he divorced, where would Zhuoling work? Mom, I've had enough. Zhuo's mother said, actually, Liebao is not bad except for having a bit of a temper. She comes from a good family. After her parents pass away, all their property will be yours. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1065, Upon Learning the Truth, filled with immense regret, 25th update, as she finished speaking, his mother continued, you're not still thinking about that Shangguanxi, are you? Zhuoling fell silent for a moment. His mother slapped him on the back of his head, you're such a fool. Shangguanxi is just a little village girl, how could she compare to Liebao? If you married Shangguanxi, our family might not even have a warm meal to eat. In summary, his mother was still very satisfied with Chen Liebao, after all, Chen Liebao was rich. Zhuoling sighed. His mother went on, Lingling, don't talk about that kind of thing in the future. They say when you marry for clothes and food, but it's the same when you take a wife. A girl with conditions like Liebao, there are countless people outside who are vying for her. It's also because Liebao has good taste that she chose you. Come on, go shopping with Mom and watch a movie, watching a movie will make you feel better. Zhuoling followed his mother out. Coincidentally, just as they hit the street, they saw an acquaintance. It was Shangguanxi. They saw Shangguanxi coming out of the mall carrying big and small bags and getting into a sedan car. A sedan car. His mother nudged Zhuoling's arm, is that person Shangguanxi? Zhuoling was stunned, it seems like her. Whose car is that? His mother asked curiously, wondering if Shangguanxi had snagged a rich guy. I don't know whose it is, Zhuoling shook his head, his heart filled with mixed emotions. Shangguanxi was still beautiful and confident and had even found herself a wealthy boyfriend. And he had become a married man. Before the mother and son could react, the car drove away. His mother looked in the direction the car disappeared, her eyes filled with curiosity. She was genuinely curious. After all, Shangguanxi almost became her future daughter-in-law. Now that Xianxia was riding in a sedan car, how could she not be curious? She had no idea what Xianxuan's boyfriend looked like. But for sure, Xianxuan's boyfriend couldn't be as outstanding as Zhuoling. Nor as good-looking as him. Being able to drive a sedan car, maybe he's some old, decrepit man. Yes. That must be it. Thinking this way, his mother felt a bit better. For such a young girl like Xianxia to marry an old man, that wasn't something to be proud of. Lingling, I think Xianxuan's current boyfriend must be some old creep. Maybe even older than your dad. Geez, such a girl is really shameless. Ready to do anything for money, it's a good thing you dumped her back then. Otherwise, she would have surely cheated on you eventually. His mother blurted out what was on her mind. Zhuoling was taken aback. Mom, don't talk nonsense. Nonsense? What I'm saying is based on facts. Xianxia should look at herself. A village girl like her, thinking she could marry into a wealthy family? Dream on. That made some sense. Xianxia was, after all, a country girl. How could a country girl marry into a wealthy family? Dream on. And Zhuoling had seen Wu Chenjin's car before. He was certain that the car just now wasn't Wu Chenjin's. So, the driver definitely wasn't Wu Chenjun. If the driver wasn't Wu Chenjun, it was very likely, as his mother said, that Xianxia had found herself an old man. Though Xianxia went off with an old man, he had married Chen Liebao, a sow, but at least she was young. Thinking like that, Zhuoling felt a lot better and walked toward the cinema with his mother. After watching the movie and stepping out of the cinema, Zhuoling ran into Xianxia again. This time, Zhuoling also saw the person driving the car clearly. The unbelievably driver was Xianxia herself. And sitting in the passenger seat wasn't some old man, but Xianxuan's sister, Ni Yang. It seemed that Ni Yang was teaching Xianxia how to drive. Why could Ni Yang drive? Where did they get the car from? Weren't the Xianxia family very poor? What was going on now? For a moment, Zhuoling panicked. His mother was also surprised. Is that little girl in the passenger seat Xianxuan's stepdaughter? If Xianxia really had married an old man, then it would make sense for her to have a stepdaughter about her age. Zhuoling shook his head. That's Xianxuan's sister, Ni Yang. My goodness, his mother covered her mouth in astonishment. Could it be that the sedan car belonged to Xianxuan's family? Impossible, right? What in the world was happening? It must be a mistake. His mother patted Zhuoling's hand. Even though Xianxia was driving, it doesn't necessarily mean the car is hers. Maybe it was given to her by that old man. Source, web novel. Com, updated by Novlove. Com. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1066, Upon Learning the Truth, Filled with Immense Regret, 25th Update, _2. Really? Zhuoling's feelings were extremely complicated now. Thinking back to what he had seen at the Ni family last time, he felt as if he had missed out on a gold mine. Madame Zhua nodded. Yes. That's definitely it. Come on, Lingling, let's go to the bank. We need to pay Auntie Zhou her salary tomorrow. Madame Zhua dragged Zhuoling to the bank. Just at that moment, they ran into Xianxia leaving the bank. He was looking down and saying something to the assistant behind him, clearly a high-ranking leader. Zhuoling was stunned again. Xianxia had mentioned that Xianxia worked at the bank, and Zhuoling thought he was just a menial worker, but it didn't seem so now. Could a menial worker have such an air about him? What's wrong, Lingling? Madame Zhua tugged at Zhuoling's sleeve. Zhuoling swallowed hard. The person walking in front is Xianxuan's older brother, Xianxia. Xianxuan's older brother? Madame Zhua looked up. Xianxia also heard the noise and looked over here. then quickly averted his gaze as if the Zhuo mother and son were mere ants. Seeing this, Zhuo Ling felt extremely upset. After all, Sheng Guansu had been quite polite to him when they met the parents that night. Madame Zhuo, holding Zhuo Ling's arm, said, "If Shengguan Zai's brother works at the bank, then the people there must surely know the Shengguan family's situation. Let's go and inquire." Zhuo Ling was pulled by Madame Zhuo into the bank lobby. While withdrawing money, Madame Zhuo took the opportunity to ask, "By the way, does that young man named Shengguan Su work at your bank?" The teller smiled and said, "Shengguan Su is our bank manager." Manager? Hearing these two words, the Zhuo mother and son were completely stunned. What's the concept of a manager? Ordinary people find it very difficult to become even clerks at a bank, and if a family has a bank manager, he must be the pride of the entire family. Not to mention a manager. Neither Madame Zhuo nor Zhuo Ling expected Shengguan Su to be the manager. Madame Zhuo was taken aback and then said, "Comrade, you must be joking with me. I know Shengguan Su. He even has a sister named Shengguan Shi. If Shengguan Su really is the manager, would he still live in the countryside?" The teller smiled and responded, "Auntie, I'm not joking with you at all. Shengguan Su is indeed our manager, and he comes from an exceptional family background. His family's business is a century-old illustrious household in Beijing. As for why he lives in the countryside, I heard it's because the elders in his family say the rural air is better. But our manager only stays there once a week." Speaking of Shengguan Su, the teller had a lot to say. "Our manager is a man with ideals and aspirations. He doesn't want to inherit the family wealth. I heard that in the future, the Shengguan family's property will all be left to his sister, Shengguan Shi. However, his sister is an outstanding girl too. She is currently learning at the Mingming Group to take over the family business, and it won't be long before she takes charge." Boom! It was like a clap of thunder rang in the ears of Madame Zhuo and Zhuo Ling. They were left dizzy and disoriented. What's going on? How could this be? Who could have imagined that Shengguan Zai's family background was this remarkable? Zhuo Ling wished he could immediately throw himself into the river. He was filled with regret. He regretted not cherishing Shengguan Shi properly. If he had cherished her, then all of the Shengguan family's property would be his. Madame Zhuo felt even worse than Zhuo Ling. After all, the person who disagreed with Shengguan Shi and Zhuo Ling getting together was her. What foolishness had she committed? She wished she could smash her head against a wall. It was truly a case of losing a goldmine and picking up a sesame seed. Mother and son burst into tears on the spot. The teller was startled. "Well, what's wrong with you two?" Madame Zhuo and Zhuo Ling left the bank, bewildered. Zhuo Ling angrily said, "It's all your fault, Mom. If it weren't for your meddling, Shengguan Shi and I would be married by now. I'd be the Shengguan family's son-in-law." Shengguan Shi had even sneaked out her household registration book, ready to register their marriage with him. Zhuo Ling was full of regret, so much regret. Madame Zhuo, crying, said, "Blame me, it's all my fault. Hit me, Lingling. I let you down, I was blind, what good is hitting you? Will that bring Shengguan Shi back?" Just then, Madame Zhuo suddenly stopped crying and looked up at Zhuo Ling. "Lingling, Shengguan Shi likes you so much, she couldn't have forgotten about you so quickly. Let's go find her now. You apologize to her, truly apologize. Maybe she'll forgive you. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1067, Upon Learning the Truth, Filled with Immense Regret, 25th Update, _3. Upon hearing this, Zhuo Ling's eyes lit up. 3 years of feelings for Shengguan Shi, maybe she really would forgive him? The mother and son hurried back to the spot they had been at, and luckily, Shengguan Shi and Ni Yang were still there. Xiaoxi, my good child, why are you here? Zhuo's mother approached and tapped on the car window, looking urgently at Sheng Guanxi. Zhuo Ling said, Xiaoxi, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Can we start over, please? Give me a chance, and from now on, I'll do anything you say. Sheng Guanxi gave them a cold glance, get lost. Then she floored the gas pedal, and the car took off, leaving the Zhuo family mother and son in a cloud of dust. Realizing there was no chance of reconciliation, the mother and son sat down on the ground and broke into loud sobs. Ni Yang gave a thumbs up to Sheng Guanxi, Sister Xiaoxi, that was impressive, your driving is getting better and better. Sheng Guanxi said a bit sheepishly, I don't know what came over me just now, suddenly, I drove so well. Ni Yang continued, by the way, was that old lady we saw earlier Zhuo Ling's mother? Sheng Guanxi nodded. Ni Yang went on, from her looks, that old lady is no easy customer. Don't get fooled by them again. Sheng Guanxi said without words, Yang, do I look like a fool to you? She wasn't stupid enough to be tricked by Zhuo Ling again. Besides, it seemed like she was starting to like someone else now. Thinking of that person, a smile touched Sheng Guanxi's brows. Seeing this, Ni Yang felt relieved. Wu Yenyun had been coming home very late these days, which deeply worried Wu Jinshu, so he decided to wait for her at the community entrance. He wouldn't have known how bad it was if he hadn't waited, he was shocked. Wu Yenyun wasn't coming back with a female classmate but was being dropped off by a young man on a motorbike. Seeing this, Wu Jinshu was furious, and he reached out to stop the motorbike. Yenyun. Get off now. Wu Yenyun, who was in the back seat, was startled. Dad, come here. Wu Yenyun hesitated, then walked behind Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu pointed at Wei Haoguang, the motorbike rider, and said, Young man. Our Yenyun is a good girl, she needs to study hard. Please don't come looking for her again. Otherwise, I'll hit you every time I see you. Wei Haoguang was also scared, and he took off on his motorbike, making a U-turn to flee. Wu Yenyun frowned and said, Dad. What were you just saying? Wei Haoguang is just a friend. How am I supposed to face my friends after what you just did? Yenyun. Wu Jinshu said, you are still a student. As a student, you should behave like one. What does it look like, hanging out with these kinds of dubious people all the time? I forbid you to associate with them from now on. And another thing, tell me the truth. Have you not been going to your classmates' houses to study recently? Have you been hanging out with these people all this time? It's none of your business. You have no right to interfere with who I am friends with. Wu Yenyun turned and stormed off. Wu Jinshu sighed and followed behind her. Once home, Yan Erju noticed the father and daughter both looked upset, so she asked what was wrong. Wu Jinshu looked at Wu Yenyun, you ask her. Wu Yenyun snorted and walked to her room, backpack slung over her shoulder. Didn't she even have the right to choose her friends now? Wu Jinshu didn't understand Wei Haoguang at all. What right did he have to think so badly of him? Just because she wasn't their biological child, did that mean they could treat her like this? What exactly happened? Since Yan Erju dared not upset Wu Yenyun, she had to keep asking Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu repeated what he had just witnessed. Yan Erju's mouth hung open in surprise after hearing this. Wu Jinshu continued, this child is really too confused. How can she hang out with that kind of person? She's a girl, after all. What if she gets taken advantage of? And when I tell her, she actually gets unhappy. She's really become uncontrollable. Yan Erju sighed. Just then, the phone in the house started to ring. Yan Erju walked over to answer it. After recognizing the voice on the other end of the line, Yan Erju said with a smile, oh, it's Teacher Zhou. You were saying, the call lasted for over half an hour. After hanging up, the smile on Yan Erju's face disappeared completely, leaving her face clouded with worry. Teacher Zhou was Wu Yanyan's homeroom teacher. She said that Wu Yanyan's grades had recently plummeted severely, falling from second in the class all the way down to near the bottom. What did being near the bottom mean? It meant that Wu Yanyan might not even get into a community college. After calming down, the couple earnestly implored Wu Yanyan throughout the evening, but she still came home very late the next day. Did you go riding motorcycles with that disreputable youth again? Wu Jinshu asked. Wu Yanyan glared at Wu Jinshu. I'll say it again, Wei Haoguang is my friend, and he is not disreputable. Yan Erju tried to mediate from inside. Xiaoyun, your dad didn't mean that. He just feels that your current task is to focus on your studies. Once you get into a good university, you can hang out with whoever you want. We won't be interfering then. Yan Erju hadn't finished her sentence when Wu Yanyan interrupted her. I don't need you to intervene even now. The next day Wu Yanyan simply skipped classes. Wu Jinshu, beside himself with anger, abandoned his work and went out to find Wu Yanyan. After searching the entire afternoon, he finally located her. When he arrived at the scene, Wu Jinshu almost went mad with fury. Drinking. Wu Yanyan was actually drinking. Wu Jinshu grabbed a glass of alcohol and splashed it harshly on Wu Yanyan's face. Come back home with me. I won't go back. Wu Yanyan glared back at Wu Jinshu. I'm already of age. You have no right to control my life. Come back with me. Wu Jinshu grabbed Wu Yanyan's wrist in one movement. After much difficulty, they managed to bring Wu Yanyan back home, where she sat crying and making a commotion. Why couldn't she drink? Even Ni Yang had drunk when he graduated from high school last year, so why couldn't she? Everything she did was wrong. She felt like she shouldn't exist in this world at all. Yan Erju tried to reason with Wu Yanyan in a gentle, persuasive manner, but Wu Yanyan simply wouldn't listen. The next day, Wu Yanyan stubbornly refused to go to school. She would agree to go to school on one condition. Her parents couldn't intervene in her choice of friends. She wanted to be with Wei Haoguang. Having no other option, Wu Jinshu had no choice but to find Ni Yang. Yang, I know I shouldn't be coming to you at this time, but am really at my wit's end. Xiaoyun is just too stubborn. Please, help me persuade her. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1068, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance Law. Upon hearing the words, Ni Yang furrowed her brows slightly. Godfather, it's not that I don't want to help, but with Yanyan's temperament, if I were to try to persuade her now, it would not only be ineffective but would likely add fuel to the fire and make things worse. Ni Yang understood Wu Yanyan too well. If she went to persuade Wu Yanyan now, Wu Yanyan would definitely become defiant. In Wu Yanyan's heart, she was a sinner, whatever she did was wrong. So it was not appropriate for her to appear in front of Wu Yanyan at this time. Wu Jinshu was silent for a moment. Upon reflection, what Ni Yang said made a lot of sense. Wu Yanyan hated Ni Yang so much now, that if Ni Yang stepped in, it would likely only make things more severe. Just like last time, when Wu Yanyan fell seriously ill, although it was Ni Yang who cured her, not only did Wu Yanyan not feel the slightest bit of gratitude, but she also blamed Ni Yang for saving her. With this thought, Wu Jinshu sighed, I wasn't thoughtful enough. In Wu Jinshu's heart, Ni Yang was almost like an omnipotent being, capable of solving almost any problem. So when he encountered a problem, he immediately thought of Ni Yang. But he had overlooked the most hidden danger of all. Yang, then what do you think I should do? Your godmother and I are really out of options, Wu Jinshu went on to say. Ni Yang then said, 18 is a sensitive age. Godfather, you don't need to be too nervous. If you're worried about Yanyan going astray, I suggest you take her to see a psychologist for counseling. 18 is right in the throes of puberty, and kids at this stage are extremely sensitive. To them, a small incident can often be blown out of proportion, and they can easily get stuck in a dead end. See a doctor? Wu Jinshu asked, puzzled. Yenyun isn't ill, can seeing a doctor solve the problem? Ni Yang nodded slightly. Given the current circumstances, psychological counseling is the best approach. Psychologists are different from regular doctors. Psychologists are also consultants who use therapy to deal with psychological issues. Right now, Yenyun just can't get past the psychological barrier. Alright, I'll go back and discuss it with your godmother. Ni Yang continued, I happen to know a very authoritative foreign psychologist. If you decide to bring Yenyun there, I can give you his contact information. Okay. After Wu Jinshu went back, he discussed the matter with Yen Erju. Yen Erju trusted Ni Yang completely. Since Ni Yang had suggested it, it must be right. Then let's take Yenyun to see him tomorrow, Yen Erju said. Wu Jinshu put his hat back on his head. Since you agree, I'll go get that psychologist's contact information from Yang right now. The treatment you receive at the hospital can be entirely different if you know someone from if you don't. Then hurry back, she said. Wu Jinshu went to the Ni family in the dark. After hearing about the situation with Wu Yenyun, Ni Tsuihua sighed. Although she had already decided to disown this daughter, seeing Wu Yenyun in such a fallen state now made her somewhat sad. The next day, the Wu family couple planned to take Wu Yenyun to the hospital. When Wu Yenyun heard that her parents were going to take her to see a doctor, she became extremely emotional. Why take me to the hospital? I'm not sick. How absurd. Completely absurd. Wu Jinshu said, Yenyun, listen to me, this psychologist is for counseling, not like a doctor who treats illnesses and performs surgery, so what you're saying is, I have a psychological problem. Wu Yenyun retorted. What's wrong with my mental state? In your eyes, am I some kind of lunatic? Ridiculous, truly ridiculous. So in the eyes of her parents, she was just a lunatic. A lunatic who needed to see a doctor. Wu Jinshu immediately explained, no, Yenyun, nobody is saying you're a lunatic. We just think that you need some psychological counseling. Yen Erju also followed up with an explanation, Yenyun, just listen to your mom and dad this one time. You're still a student, but what kind of student doesn't go to school? Isn't that a psychological issue? Wu Yenyun then said, it's something Ni Yang instigated again, isn't it? Did Ni Yang tell you to take me to the hospital? Who else but Ni Yang would do such things? Ni Yang just couldn't bear to see her doing well. It was deliberate. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1069, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance Law _2. Wu Jinshu said, it's not Yang, this matter has nothing to do with Yang, it was something I heard from others, they said you need to see a psychologist. A psychologist can guide you through it, and you can then untie your heart knot. Ni Yang had thought it through carefully. If Ni Yang had come with him today to persuade Wu Yenyun, given Wu Yenyun's current condition, things would have definitely gotten worse. It was usually okay not to mention Ni Yang, but the moment Ni Yang and the Ni family were brought up, Wu Yenyun would change completely. Utterly unrecognizable. Thankfully, Ni Yang didn't come today. Under the current circumstances, Wu Jinshu could only deny that Ni Yang had anything to do with this matter. Wu Yenyun continued, it is Ni Yang. Stop trying to fool me. Do you really think I'm an idiot? Yen Erju sighed, Xiao Yun, stop being so stubborn, let's go to the hospital. I won't go. I'm not sick. Making her go to the hospital to see a doctor out of the blue, Ni Yang was clearly up to no good. She was doing it on purpose. Ni Yang told me to see a doctor, why doesn't she go herself? Yan Erju said, Yenyun, why do you always have to drag Yang Yang into everything? This really has nothing to do with Yang Yang. It's your dad and I, we want to take you to the hospital ourselves. Not N.I. Yang? Wu Yenyun angrily said, do you dare swear it's not N.I. Yang? If it is N.I. Yang, may lightning strike me dead. Erju was stunned. Wu Jinshu was an atheist and immediately raised 3 fingers to swear, fine. I swear, if it's N.I. Yang, may lightning strike me dead. With that, Wu Jinshu added, okay. Yenyun, come with us to the hospital. It's not good for you to keep skipping school like this. Wu Yenyun still didn't trust Wu Jinshu. She knew for sure that N.I. Yang was behind this. Come on, Xiaoyun. Erju took Wu Yenyun's hand and began to lead her out. Let go of me. Wu Yenyun shook off Erju's hand. I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not going anywhere. Wu Yenyun turned and entered her bedroom, closing the door with a bang. Erju sighed, ah. What are we supposed to do about this? Wu Jinshu also sighed helplessly. Yenyun, please open the door. Wu Jinshu knocked on the door. Your mother and I, we have no other intentions but to take you to see a psychologist. Yenyun, Wu Yenyun laid on the bed, her eyes listlessly staring at the ceiling, feeling extremely upset. Just because she wasn't their biological child, her foster parents would rather believe N.I. Yang's words over hers. Seeing that Wu Yenyun still didn't respond, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju, the husband and wife, helplessly shook their heads and returned to their own bedroom. Erju sighed, she hasn't gone to school for a week now. If this continues, not to mention a college diploma, she might not even make it into a regular university. After a pause, Erju added, is there really no other way than to see a psychologist? Wu Jinshu shook his head, Yang Yang didn't say. Yenyun is angry now, maybe we should ask again tomorrow morning? Erju said, I never noticed before, but this child's personality is really strange. More than strange. Absolutely bizarre. She's still young, said Wu Jinshu. Maybe she'll understand better in a few years. Erju sighed, she's 18, that's not young. She had been married when she was 18. Wu Jinshu fell silent for a moment. The next morning, Erju specially prepared breakfast that Yenyun liked and then knocked on Yenyun's bedroom door. Yenyun, come out for breakfast. No response. Twice, still no response. Until the third, fourth time, still no response. Erju stood outside for over 10 minutes before Wu Yenyun finally opened the door. Will you ever stop bothering me? Erju was taken aback, then said, Xiaoyun, freshen up, we can have breakfast now. Wu Yenyun said with an awful look, I'm not hungry. Not hungry? How can you not be hungry? You can't skip breakfast. Come and eat. I said I'm not hungry, aren't you getting annoying? Wu Yenyun glared at Erju. Erju was taken aback. Wu Yenyun continued, from now on, I'm going on a hunger strike, until you stop interfering in who I hang out with. What did you say? Erju was startled. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1070, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance Law _3. I'm going on a hunger strike. Wu Yenyun declared emphatically, I'm going to fight you to the very end. After she said that, Wu Yenyun slammed the bedroom door shut with a bang. This time, she wasn't just going to fight her parents to the end, she was going to fight N.I. Yang to the end as well. She wasn't a puppet on strings, subject to N.I. Yang's manipulation. Xiaoyun. Xiaoyun. Yan Erju anxiously pounded on Wu Yenyun's door. Going on a hunger strike was no joke. What if something serious happened? No, absolutely not. She couldn't let Wu Yenyun go on a hunger strike. But, no matter how hard Yan Erju pounded on the door, there was no response from inside. Since she had declared a hunger strike, she wasn't just talking the talk. With no movement inside, Yan Erju had no choice but to give up. She abandoned her duties at the company and rushed to the construction site to find Wu Jinshu. Hearing that Wu Yenyun had actually gone on a hunger strike, Wu Jinshu was also surprised. She really went on a hunger strike? Do you think I'm joking about something like this? Retorted Yan Erju. Wu Jinshu furrowed his brow, feeling a headache coming on. What do we do now? Yan Erju continued to ask. Wu Jinshu sighed and then said, she's throwing a hunger strike, isn't she? Well, let her go hungry. Yan Erju was stunned for a moment. Can that really work? This child is too stubborn, she must be corrected. If she wants to go on a hunger strike, let her. I refuse to believe that, when she's famished, she won't eat. Wu Jinshu was at his wit's end, having worried over Wu Yenyun a lot recently. Do we really do this? Yan Erju asked, uncertain. Yes, just do it. Wu Jinshu asserted firmly, I want to see just how stubborn she can be. Well, okay then. Wu Jinshu nodded, go back to the company quickly. The company can't run itself. Also, when you're back, lock away all the food at home, and collect the money as well. Yan Erju looked at Wu Jinshu in surprise. Since she wants to starve, let her be thoroughly starved. Wu Jinshu continued, when you go back, tell Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong that they are not to secretly give her anything to eat. Yan Erju still worried, what if she starves herself into serious trouble? Don't worry, a few days without food won't kill someone. When she's hungry, she'll naturally come to us to ask for food. She's a grown-up, not a child. Why she keeps causing such trouble, I don't understand. Yan Erju hesitated, then nodded her head. After returning, Yan Erju did as Wu Jinshu had said, locking away everything edible in the house along with the loose change, and she instructed Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong not to give Wu Yenyun anything to eat. Wu Yenyun lay in bed until evening, and for the entire day, except for Yan Erju calling her in the morning, no one asked her to eat. It was as if she had been forgotten. Was it because she wasn't their biological child? Would they just watch her starve to death? Wu Yenyun gazed toward the door, her mouth curling into a mocking smile. Did they think she was making an empty threat? Fine. Then she'd show them she wasn't bluffing. Determination deepened in Wu Yenyun's eyes. The next day, Ni Yang visited the construction site and, incidentally, inquired about Wu Yenyun's situation. Wu Jinshu shook his head helplessly, Yenyun absolutely refuses to go to the hospital with us. Now, she's even threatening us with a hunger strike. A hunger strike? Ni Yang asked incredulously. Over Wei Haoguang? Wu Jinshu nodded. Ni Yang frowned slightly, Yenyun is persistent. If she says she'll go on a hunger strike, she'll do it. Normally, people can only survive 3 to 5 days without food and water. Godfather, you should be careful not to let this get out of hand. I'm aware. The feeling of an empty stomach is very uncomfortable. After a day and a half without food, Wu Yenyun felt weak all over, unable to muster any strength. Even her normally healthy, rosy lips had turned paper white and were flaking. She felt dizzy to death. She could barely lift a finger. Yet, in that day and a half, there was no sign of anyone at home. Could it be that they really intended to watch her starve to death? Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu were honest people, they didn't have that many schemes. The person behind this idea was undoubtedly Ni Yang. Ni Yang would be happy to see her starve sooner. In the living room, Yan Erju voiced her concerns. Xiaoyun has gone a day and night without food already. If this continues, can she hold out? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1071, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance, Law_4. Wu Jinshu was also somewhat apprehensive, but he wanted to change Wu Yanyan's stubborn nature, wait a little longer. Yan Erju sighed. Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong were good kids. Seeing their sister so hungry, they quietly went around to the back of the house, knocking on Wu Yanyan's window. Big sister, big sister. It's us, we've brought you something to eat. Wu Yanyan opened her eyes, looked towards the window, then struggled to sit up from the bed, step by step, feeling groggy as she walked over to the window. It took her a lot of effort to open it. Big sister, these are meat buns we secretly took from the kitchen, you should eat them quickly. Wu Dalong took out 3 meat buns from his embrace, and Wu Erlong cautiously handed over a cup of warm water. Wu Yanyan weakly looked at them, her eyes filled with mockery. Did Ni Yang send you here? Is this also part of her plan? It must be Ni Yang. Ni Yang wants to see her make a fool of herself. Ni Yang wants her to give in. That was impossible, she would never give in to Ni Yang. She would never let Ni Yang succeed. It's not, it has nothing to do with sister Ni Yang. Wu Dalong shook his head. With all her strength, Wu Yanyan swept away the buns and the warm water. I don't need your sympathy, nor your pretense. Since you two acknowledge Ni Yang as your sister, then don't consider me your sister anymore. The buns fell to the ground, and the water in the cup was all spilled on Wu Dalong. Wu Dalong's eyes turned red, ready to cry. Wu Erlong quickly tiptoed, reaching out to cover Wu Dalong's mouth. Brother, don't cry, otherwise, Mom and Dad will hear. Wu Dalong pursed his lips, holding back tears. Wu Yanyan slowly closed the window, and it took her a lot of effort again to lie down on the bed. In the living room, seeing Wu Dalong's clothes all wet, Yan Erju asked in surprise, Dalong, what happened to you? Why are your clothes wet? Did you fight with other kids again? Boys are very naughty, and Wu Dalong was one of them. He often fought with his peers in the community. Compared to him, Wu Erlong was much more steady. No. Wu Dalong shook his head. Wu Erlong spoke up, brother didn't fight, he got it wet just now while washing his hands. Why weren't you more careful when washing hands? Quickly go back and change out of those wet clothes. Oh. Wu Dalong nodded and walked towards his room. By the 3rd day, Wu Jinshu couldn't sit still anymore. Erju, has Yenyun not eaten anything these past few days? Yan Erju nodded, she hasn't even left her room. Wu Jinshu's heart skipped a beat, and he hastily took off his safety helmet. Oh no. I hope nothing bad has happened. The two rushed to Wu Yanyan's door and started knocking. There was no response inside. Because Wu Yanyan had already fainted from hunger. What do we do now? It's not really going to be fatal, is it? Yan Erju was so anxious that she broke out in a sweat. It won't, don't scare yourself. Wu Jinshu tried to calm himself down. The door was locked from the inside, and if Wu Yanyan didn't open it, they couldn't open it from outside. Wu Jinshu knocked on the door. Yanyan, open the door quickly. Dad promises you. Dad promises that he won't interfere with who you make friends with from now on. Will you please open the door? Yan Erju was so anxious she was in a complete mess, her eyes reddening. This wouldn't do. Wu Jinshu turned to Yan Erju, go fetch the axe from the house. What are you going to do? Yan Erju was startled. Break the door. Wu Jinshu said. Yan Erju breathed a sigh of relief, all right. I'll go now. Soon, the axe was brought over, and Wu Jinshu smashed the lock open with a few strokes. Yan Erju rushed in, Xiaoyun. Wu Yanyan was lying unconscious on the bed. Call 120. Quickly dial 120. Wu Jinshu ran out in a fluster. The ambulance arrived quickly, and luckily, Wu Yanyan didn't have any serious problems. After receiving the nutrient solution, she regained consciousness. Xiaoyun, why are you so stubborn? Yan Erju sobbed. Looking around the room, Wu Yenyun was first startled, then asked, "Where am I?" "This is the hospital." Yan Erju replied. Wu Yenyun thought for a moment, then stopped talking. At this moment, Wu Jinshu came in with a food container from outside. Yan Erju took the food container with both hands. "Yenyun, you must be hungry, right? Have some porridge to start with, your dad especially went out to buy this for you. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1072, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance Law _5. Wu Yenyun turned her head away, without saying a word. Wu Jinshu sighed, "I agree with you." He continued, "From now on, your mom and I won't interfere with your social life. You can hang out with whomever you want. Drink your porridge, get better, and then go to school." "Really?" Wu Yanyun's eyes lit up. Wu Jinshu nodded, "Really?" After saying that, Wu Jinshu added, "This is your choice. If there's any disadvantage due to this matter, don't blame us, your parents, for not warning you." At this point, they could only let go, hoping that Wu Yenyun wouldn't do something to regret. Wu Yenyun nodded, "Dad, don't worry, I understand. It's good as long as you are aware." Yan Erju scooped a spoonful of porridge to Wu Yanyun's mouth. "Eat up." Wu Yenyun then opened her mouth and ate the porridge. Days went by, and soon it was the day the factory was completed. To celebrate and to seek good fortune, Ni Yang bought a lot of firecrackers and fireworks, and also set up more than 50 tables in a banquet in the village. To ensure the quality of dishes, Ni Yang specifically chose 5 chefs from the top kitchen of the country's famous restaurant. The celebration lasted 3 days, and then the factory officially started operations. Including 12 security personnel, there were over 400 people in the factory, but the dormitory was only 1/3 full. The dorms were of 2 types. One was a 6-person room, similar to school dorms, with beds above and storage below. There was also a room for couples. Because of prior training in having the old guide the new, no mistakes occurred on the first day of work, and the production volume was more than 10 times that of before. Han Xiaoyu's father became the factory manager again, very delighted and determined to work hard not to disappoint Ni Yang. The next day, Ni Yang shipped a large batch of goods overseas. Wu Yenyun was leading a pleasant life during this period, with no one to supervise her. She would ride on Wei Heigang's motorcycle almost every evening after school. Today is Saturday. Du Jiaojiao invited Ni Yang to go shopping. Now, in early March, the weather was getting warmer. Ni Yang wore just a cheongsam, looking stunning and graceful. Du Jiaojiao, with a face full of envy, held Ni Yang's hand. "They say winter is the season to gain weight, but you haven't gained a bit, your waist is still so slim." Usually, she saw Ni Yang eat whatever she wanted without specifically dieting, yet she didn't gain weight. Ni Yang smiled and said, "A good figure also needs maintenance." Hearing this, Du Jiaojiao's eyes brightened. "Really? How do you maintain it? If Sister Jiaojiao is interested, I can make a list for you when I get back." Sure. Du Jiaojiao nodded. Then they went to buy clothes and bags, and finally went to the backstreet food alley to eat. Seeing how Du Jiaojiao had lived a luxurious life from childhood, this was her first time eating at a stall. "I didn't expect street food to taste so good," said Du Jiaojiao, surprised. What surprised her more was that Ni Yang also ate at street stalls. She had thought Ni Yang, like her, only frequented upscale restaurants like the famous ones. It appeared she knew very little about Ni Yang. Ni Yang said, "Actually, the real delicacies are hidden in the streets, right, Sister Jiaojiao? That stall's stinky tofu is also very tasty, want to try some?" Saying so, Ni Yang led Du Jiaojiao to the stinky tofu stall. Stinky tofu? That smell isn't pleasant. Du Jiaojiao pinched her nose, incredulous. Yang Yang, you actually eat this kind of stuff? That's too exotic. The stall owner said, Comrade, don't just judge stinky tofu by its smell. It's actually very tasty. Yang, taking the stinky tofu handed by the boss, said, exactly, it's delicious. Sister Jiaojiao, try one. Du Jiaojiao shook her head hurriedly, no, I don't want it, I'll never eat that. 5 minutes later. Du Jiaojiao held a skewer of stinky tofu and said while eating, delicious. Yang, after finishing the stinky tofu, the two of them went on to stroll elsewhere. Meanwhile, Wu Yenyun and Wei Haoguang also went out shopping. Wu Yenyun spotted Du Jiaojiao eating stinky tofu immediately. Looking around and noting Du Jiaojiao, Yang wasn't there. Wu Yenyun handed what she had in her hands to Wei Haoguang, wait here for me. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1073, Can Never Escape the True Fragrance, Law_6. Where are you going? Wei Haoguang asked. Wu Yenyun replied, I saw an acquaintance, I'm going over to say hi. Okay. Wu Yenyun walked up to Du Jiaojiao and greeted her with a smile, Sister Jiaojiao. Because of the last time Wu Yenyun bad-mouthed Yang in front of her, Du Jiaojiao no longer had a good impression of her. Only petty people gossip. Yang had never said a bad word about herself in front of her. Du Jiaojiao responded indifferently with a nod. Wu Yenyun wasn't a fool, she clearly felt Du Jiaojiao's cold demeanor. Du Jiaojiao wasn't like this before. She hadn't offended Du Jiaojiao. Why had Du Jiaojiao become like this? It must be Yang. What exactly had Yang bad-mouthed about her to Du Jiaojiao? On what grounds did she tarnish her reputation to Du Jiaojiao? Sister Jiaojiao, is there some misunderstanding between us? Wu Yenyun continued to ask. No, there isn't, said Du Jiaojiao. Wu Yenyun sighed, then, it must be Yang who's been talking about me behind my back, right? Du Jiaojiao shook her head, no, Yang isn't that kind of person who gossips behind people's backs, you're overthinking it. As she finished speaking, Du Jiaojiao added, the one who really gossips behind others' backs is you. Boom! It felt like a thunderbolt had struck Wu Yenyun's mind. She looked at Du Jiaojiao incredulously, her face turning pale. How could this be? Why did everyone take Yang's side? Why? After a long while, Wu Yenyun came back to her senses and stammered, Sister Jiaojiao, you've misunderstood. Du Jiaojiao looked at Wu Yenyun and said, you should learn the meaning of contentment. As an outsider, I think Yang has already been good enough to you. As an outsider, Du Jiaojiao didn't wish to see Wu Yenyun sink deeper. The original Wu Yenyun was a very naive young woman, the human heart is indeed too complex. But in the blink of an eye, Wu Yenyun had become what she was now. Sister Jiaojiao, you don't know, you don't understand, Wu Yenyun continued, I am Yang's biological sister, discarded by their family for their preference for sons over daughters. Du Jiaojiao frowned slightly, but you must understand, it wasn't Yang who discarded you. As an elder sister, she repeatedly reached out to help you, and she owes you nothing. You should be grateful that you have such a good sister, rather than holding any resentment. It's Yang who wronged me, Sister Jiaojiao, listen to me, it really isn't like what Yang has told you. Just then, Wu Yenyun caught a glimpse of a familiar figure from the corner of her eye. It was Yang. Yang was walking in this direction. Could it be that Yang had been here all along? Was she eavesdropping on her conversation with Du Jiaojiao? That's just too sneaky, eavesdropping around the corner. Sorry Sister Jiaojiao, I have other things to attend to, I will explain to you in detail some other time. I must go. With that, Wu Yanyan turned and left. Watching Wu Yanyan's retreating back, Du Jiaojiao sighed helplessly. Was that person just now Yanyan? In fact, Ni Yang was not eavesdropping, she held no interest in doing such a thing. She had gone to the restroom and was just returning. Du Jiaojiao nodded, I think that girl is beyond saving. Ni Yang understood what Du Jiaojiao meant and laughed, let her be. Du Jiaojiao looked at Ni Yang, aren't you even a bit curious about what Wu Yanyan said to me? Ni Yang replied indifferently, I don't want to know. After all, she no longer had any expectations for Wu Yanyan. Seeing that Ni Yang really didn't want to know anything, Du Jiaojiao didn't say anything more. Right, where's Duo? Wasn't he following right behind you just now? Du Jiaojiao suddenly realized Duo was gone. Ni Yang said, he's probably flown off to play somewhere. Don't worry about him. Duo is a bird that's quite the handful, always flying off everywhere, and he likes to flirt around outside. Ni Yang has gotten used to it. On this end, Wei Haoguang said in surprise, Yanyan, this bird is yours? It can even talk. Wu Yanyan shook her head, it's not mine, it belongs to a, she paused before continuing, friend. Oh, Wei Haoguang nodded. Yanyan, I'm hungry. Duo flapped his wings and said. Wu Yanyan looked up and said, then come back with me, I'll get you something tasty to eat. Great. Duo was very happy. Wu Yanyan brought Duo back to the Wu family home and got him a lot of tasty treats. Duo was so pleased. Wu Yanyan then said, Duo, do you know where Mr. Du's house is? I know. Wu Yanyan's eyes lit up, then can you take me there? Knowing where Mr. Du lived, she could create some accidental meetings, and also find an opportunity to clear up the last misunderstanding with Mr. Du. Duo promptly flapped his wings and led the way. Duo led Wu Yanyan all the way to Deming Pavilion. Wu Yanyan looked at the gate of Deming Pavilion, confused and asked, Mr. Du lives here? Little bastard. Little bastard. Duo flapped his wings and flew into Deming Pavilion. Now Wu Yanyan could be sure that Mr. Du truly lived here. Because Duo had always called Mr. Du, little bastard. Wu Yanyan didn't like this nickname at all. How dare a beast like him call Mr. Du a little bastard? The way Ni Yang attracted attention was truly low class. She already had a boyfriend, yet she still came to provoke Mr. Du. Wu Yanyan had watched outside Deming Pavilion for 3 days. On the 3rd day, she finally saw Mr. Du coming out of Deming Pavilion and she hastily pretended to bump into him by chance and struck up a conversation. But Mr. Du only said one word to her. A very heartless word. Scram. Wu Yanyan had mustered up her courage to approach Mr. Du, she never expected such a result. In that moment, Wu Yanyan felt her self-respect and pride were harshly trampled to the ground. Feeling depressed, Wu Yanyan went to drink with Wei Haoguang. On the way to drink with Wei Haoguang, they ran into Ni Yang who had just returned from picking up clients at the airport. Remembering what Wu Jinshu had said, Ni Yang drove her car to block Wei Haogang's motorcycle. Yanyan, it's very late now. Get in the car, I'll take you home, don't let your parents worry. Wu Yanyan directly shook off Ni Yang's hand, scram. What are you? I don't need some random Tom, Dick or Harry meddling in my business. Ni Yang slightly frowned and released Wu Yanyan's hand. Wei Haoguang immediately revved up the motorcycle and took Wu Yanyan away from there. Ni Yang drove her car to a phone booth by the roadside and made a call to Wu Jinshu. Wu Yanyan going out to drink with Wei Haoguang had become a normal thing, so Wu Jinshu didn't take it to heart. She's been going out to drink often recently, sometimes not coming home until midnight. Yang, don't bother about it, just let her be. The more you intervene, the more she'll resent you. After informing Wu Jinshu, Ni Yang had fulfilled her responsibility. All she needed to do was have a clear conscience. After hanging up the call, she stopped minding the matter. If she had insisted on dragging Wu Yanyan back home, Wu Yanyan wouldn't have been grateful, only more resentful towards her. Wei Haoguang had made plans to drink with 3 good brothers tonight. After a few rounds of drinks, one of the brothers put his arm around Wei Haogang's shoulder and said, "How about it, brother? Got that thing ready?" Wei Haoguang glanced sideways at Wu Yanyan, who was already drunk. "Don't worry, it's all prepared. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1074, Yang Yang is angry. The lighting around was dim, but Wu Yanyan's face could be seen flushed red. She was drunk, but her consciousness was still clear. Leaning on the sofa, she stood up and walked towards the door, reached the corridor, and leaned over the trash can to vomit violently. Wei Haoguang came from behind and asked with concern, "Yanyan, are you all right?" Wu Yanyan waved her hand. "Seems like I drank too much, I need to go back." "Go back for what? It's still early." Wei Haoguang supported Wu Yanyan towards the inside. "We're having such a good time, let's drink a few more glasses." No, really can't drink anymore." Wu Yanyan kept refusing. "If I drink again, I'll be drunk." Wei Haoguang, without any argument, pulled Wu Yanyan back into the room and handed her a drink that looked very nice. "This is a foreign liquor, try it, it's not very strong, tastes good, and is very suitable for girls." Wu Yanyan pushed the cup back. "I really can't drink anymore." Seeing this, the 3 guys drinking nearby looked at each other with a look of difficulty in their eyes. If Wu Yanyan didn't drink, wouldn't it be a waste of all the preparations they made? "This really isn't strong, why don't you take a sip and try?" Wei Haoguang insisted again and again, and Wu Yanyan had no choice but to gulp down the drink in her cup. Upon seeing Wu Yanyan finally finishing the drink, a triumphant look flashed in Wei Haogang's eyes. After the liquor went down, Wu Yanyan's head started to hurt more and more, her vision began to blur, and she felt increasingly hot. It felt like there were bugs crawling on her skin, tickling, and the odd sensation grew more and more noticeable. The 3 men who were drinking at the side all surrounded Wu Yanyan, and at this moment, Wu Yanyan had lost consciousness, her whole person as if trapped in a dream. A profoundly dreadful dream. The next day, Wu Yanyan woke up with her whole body aching. The headache was so intense it felt like it could explode. Wu Yanyan vigorously patted her head, and after a long while, she became clear about her current situation. The ridiculous scenes from last night gradually flashed before her eyes. Wu Yanyan, terrified, widened her eyes, her pupils dilated, blood flowing backward. How could this happen? What to do? What should she do now? Ah! Wu Yanyan grasped her hair with both hands, crying helplessly. Awake? Just then, Wei Haoguang walked in from outside, a cigarette dangling from his mouth, looking at Wu Yanyan with a mocking face. "What, remembered everything? You bastard!" Wu Yanyan grabbed a pillow and threw it fiercely at Wei Haoguang. "You all are bastards." Wei Haogang's smile faded as he walked over and grabbed Wu Yanyan's wrist. "Wu Yanyan, have you forgotten what you were like last night? No one forced you last night." Indeed, no one had forced Wu Yanyan last night. She always thought it was a dream. If she knew it was real, she definitely wouldn't have done that. Remembering those ludicrous things, Wu Yanyan felt almost insane. "The last drink you gave me had something in it, right?" Wu Yanyan stared hard at Wei Haoguang. "Wei Haoguang, you're not human. You'll get what's coming to you." Wu Yanyan was no fool, she knew the problem must have been with the last drink. Wei Haoguang spoke without fear. "You say there was something wrong with my drink, do you have evidence? If you are capable, go to the police. Let everyone know you're a shameless slut." "Call the police? Dare Wu Yanyan call the police? Of course not. This is a conservative era. For a young girl to encounter such an unspeakable incident, she'd wish to hide it as tightly as possible. Who would go to the police voluntarily? Even if she did go to the police voluntarily, she couldn't withstand the strange looks from others. Nothing is more important than her chastity. Wei Haoguang was so arrogant precisely because he knew this. Wu Yenyun was stunned, tears streaming incessantly from her eyes. Get out! Get out now! Wu Yenyun pushed Wei Haoguang away with all her might. Because of her vigorous movement, the blanket slid off, exposing her bare skin, and Wu Yenyun clutched the blanket tightly. Get out already! Wei Haoguang spoke scornfully, I've seen it all last night, what are you playing at being decent now? Pa, cheap whore! Get out! Get out! Go away! Wu Yanyun's emotions neared collapse. She now regretted knowing Wei Haoguang and regretted going out to drink with him. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1075, Yang Yang blows up. _2. She never expected Wei Haoguang to do such a thing to her. Humiliation, awkwardness, and various emotions mingled together, making Wu Yenyun wish she could smash her head against the wall and die. Watching Wu Yenyun like this, Wei Haoguang tugged at the corner of his lips and turned to walk towards the door. Sitting on the bed, Wu Yenyun finally couldn't hold back and cried out loud under the covers. She was tainted. She would never be worthy of a man like Mr. Du anymore. What should she do? Why did things turn out this way? It was about half an hour later that Wu Yenyun stopped crying and slowly put on the clothes she found on the bed. When she returned home, Wu family's couple was sitting at the dining table eating. Seeing Wu Yenyun coming back, Yan Erju didn't ask where she went last night, but just said, Yenyun is back, come wash up and eat. After the fasting incident, the Wu couple didn't dare to pry into Wu Yanyun's matters anymore. Such matters, if not handled well, could lead to death. Oh. Wu Yenyun replied listlessly. They don't care about her anymore. If it was before, her parents would definitely show concern if she spent a night outside. But today, her parents didn't even ask. Just because she is not their biological child? She felt like an orphan, bullied outside and without family to stand up for her. What meaning is there left in life? Mockery filled Wu Yanyun's eyes. Wu Yenyun went to the bathroom and repeatedly showered, crying while she did. Seeing that Wu Yenyun hadn't come out of the bathroom, Yan Erju felt something was off and went to knock on the door. Yenyun, what's wrong? Why are you taking so long? It'll be done soon, Wu Yenyun said. Yan Erju slightly furrowed her brows. Yenyun, your voice sounds off. Did something happen? Wu Yanyun's eyes reddened, and she barely stopped herself from crying, almost bursting into tears again. I'm really fine, don't worry. Wu Yenyun hurriedly finished up and came out dressed. Yenyun, did you cry? Yan Erju was surprised as she looked at Wu Yenyun. No. Wu Yenyun shook her head. Then why are your eyes red? Yan Erju held Wu Yanyun's hands worriedly. Yenyun, tell mom honestly, did something happen last night? Wu Yenyun rushed to say, I just got shampoo in my eyes while washing my hair. I'm fine, mom. Are you really okay? Yan Erju asked. Really? Wu Yenyun nodded her head. She must never let Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu find out about this. If they knew, they would surely tell Ni Yang. Ni Yang would definitely mock her. She didn't want Ni Yang to see her as a joke. No one should see her as a joke. No one at all. Wu Yenyun clenched her fists tightly. Afraid to say too much in case Wu Yenyun would get angry again, Yan Erju sighed, if there's anything, you must tell mom and dad. Okay. Wu Yenyun nodded, then said, Mom, I'm tired, I'm going back to my room to sleep for a while. I'll bring the food to your room then. Okay. All day long, Wu Yenyun lay on the bed, staring blankly at the ceiling, looping the scene from last night in her mind, feeling like she was about to explode. The next day, Yang had to make a trip to M country, so she got up early. As it happened, Mo Qishan was also headed to M country, so the two left together. After flying for over 8 hours, they finally reached M country. Upon arriving, Yang stayed in Mo Qishan's castle for 2 days before going to find Annie and Emily. Annie had opened 8 base of beauty physical stores in M country, which were even more successful than those back home, extremely popular and often running out of stock. During the first and second day, Annie took Yang around these 8 shops. Having heard that Yang had expanded the factory, Annie was very excited. Does that mean limited products can be unlimited now? Yang shook her head. Limited products will still be limited. It's only through limitation that the value of an item can be manifested, which in marketing, is called the scarcity effect. In 1975, psychologists conducted an experiment by putting the same cookies in 2 boxes, one box with 10 cookies and the other with only 2, and then had 10 people taste the cookies from both boxes, resulting in everyone agreeing that the cookies in the box with only 2 tasted better. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1076, Yang blows up. _3. We have a saying in China that goes, better to be short than overfilled. Annie nodded, looking at Yang with even more admiration in her eyes. Every time she met Yang always brought her different feelings. She was like an undeveloped treasure, always able to bring surprises. With that, Yang continued, but we can increase the number of limited edition products. By the way, how many limited products do you have here each month? The same as in Beijing. Yang hesitated then asked, do you think if we add 200 units for each product, will they still be sold out within a day? Definitely. Annie replied without hesitation. Yang nodded, then add 200 units each. I'll arrange for the products to be shipped over when I return. Annie hesitated then said, the price of crystal ice skin is almost 30% more expensive here than in Beijing. Yang, do you think we should reduce the prices a bit? Just take one of the limited edition sets, for instance, it costs 293 yuan in China, but here it costs 380 yuan. The price cannot be lowered. Yang shook her head. Imported goods involve tariffs and freight costs. These mixed expenses naturally make the prices higher. Moreover, if we forcibly reduce the prices to match those domestically, then the products will also devalue and become cheap. Yang developed crystal ice skin in the M country market, aiming to make a good profit from M country people. She is a businessman, obviously prioritizing profit. However, Yang also had other ideas for raising the price of crystal ice skin in M country. She wanted more people to know about China, where in generations many people are busy flying overseas to procure famous skincare brands for Chinese, but there has never been any shopping agents from other countries flying to China to obtain Chinese skincare products. What Yang intended to do was to make the whole world recognize crystal ice skin, to offer the best price so that Chinese can use domestic skincare products and take pride in them. Hearing this, Annie nodded, okay, I understand. After all, Yang is the boss, and if Yang disagrees with the price reduction, she can't do anything about it. On the third day, arranged by Annie, Yang met with the Washington agent, Joy, to discuss the agency matter for crystal ice skin. Joy, also a loyal fan of crystal ice skin, and a good friend of Annie, had heard from Annie that the founder of crystal ice skin was a young girl, but Joy wasn't expecting Yang to be so young and beautiful. Meeting Yang in person, Joy was taken aback. It's a pleasure to meet you, Joy. Joy reached out her hand to Yang. Yang smiled and said, nice to meet you too, Yang. Joy, a woman in her 30s, very beautiful, and a graduate of a prestigious university in M country, was very suitable to be an agent, and Ni Yang successfully signed a contract with her. On the 5th day, after sorting all the affairs, Ni Yang and Emily embarked on a trip to the hot air balloon country, planning to have a good time there. During Ni Yang's absence, Duo missed her terribly, to the point of losing his appetite. Every day at a certain time he would incessantly call, Yang Yang, Yang Yang. Ni Tsuhua smilingly said, Yang Yang hasn't come back yet. When will Yang Yang come back? Duo asked. In a few more days, replied Ni Tsuehua. What does in a few days mean? Duo tilted his head looking at Ni Tsuehua, his eyes full of question marks. Ni Tsuehua asked again, do you miss Yang Yang? I miss Yang Yang. Duo replied without hesitation. Ni Tsuehua laughed, do you know what missing means? You silly dog, missing Yang Yang. Duo tilted his head talking to Ni Tsuehua. Silly dog? Hearing this, Ni Tsuehua burst into laughter. This Duo, becoming smarter and smarter. Meow. Depang reached out his paw and tapped Duo. Angry, Duo jumped onto Depang's head and pecked fiercely, you dumb cat. Don't know about missing Yang Yang, the landlord's dumb son. Meow meow. Depang cried out in pain. Duo jumped to the ground, turning his back towards Depang, I'm not talking to you anymore. With Ni Yang not at home, Duo was really bored, so he flew to Deming Pavilion. Little rascal. I'm here. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1077, Yang Yang blows up. _4. Duo landed on Grandpa Dust's shoulder with a smack while he was tapping a wooden fish in the Buddha hall. Grandpa Du opened his eyes, how come you're here? I miss Yang Yang. Duo rubbed his small head against Grandpa Dust's chin. Yang Yang, Ni Yang? Grandpa Du asked. She left. Duo tilted his little head and thought for a while, ran off with her dog man. Dog man? What kind of term is that? Grandpa Du raised an eyebrow slightly, then what are you? Duo said with immense pride, I'm Yang Yang's dog's son. Grandpa Du, who taught you these things? It was Yang Yang. Duo continued, I really miss Yang Yang. Perhaps because Ni Yang hadn't been away from home for this long over the past year, Duo missed her terribly. It wished Ni Yang would appear in front of it right away. What about her do you miss? Grandpa Du continued to ask. I just miss her. Grandpa Du stood up from the meditation cushion, twirling Buddha beads in his hand, then if I leave someday, will you miss me? I will miss the little bastard. Duo replied without hesitation. Grandpa Du let out a light laugh, then continued, why would you miss me? Duo shifted its gaze to the brocade pouch tied to Grandpa Dust's waist, the tasty treats. Grandpa Du raised an eyebrow, you sure are honest. I'm hungry, Duo said. Grandpa Du pulled the brocade pouch from his waist and fed Duo some bird feed. In the Buddha hall, the sound of conversations between a man and a bird would be heard occasionally. Ni Yang still hadn't returned the next day. So, these past few days, every morning and evening, Duo would perch on the branches at the entrance of the village, waiting for Ni Yang. The villagers all recognized Duo, and seeing it stand there, some would tease it on purpose, Duo, what are you doing? I'm waiting for Yang Yang to come home. Duo would answer. Under the tree where Duo perched, Depang would be there as well. Silly cat, I really miss Yang Yang. In an instant, the sound of Depang snoring could be heard from beneath the tree. Duo, infuriated, cursed, you heartless fatso. Passers-by would all grin broadly, laughing. It had to be said, Duo brought a lot of joy to Jinghua village. On the Wu family's side. Yan Yun had been listless for several days, and today, she was still lying in bed. Right then, there was a noise outside the window. Chatter chatter. As if something was knocking on the window. Yan Yun, Yan Yun. Was that Duoduo's voice? Yan Yun sat up in bed abruptly, like a carp flipping over, went to the window, and opened it. Duo. Yan Yun extended her right hand towards Duo. Good morning, Yan Yun. Duo landed on Yan Yun's hand. Good morning. I miss Yang, Duo continued. Why did Duo suddenly come to Yan Yun's place? It was because it thought Yan Yun looked a bit like Yang. So, it just came. Hearing this, Yan Yun's expression changed, and she suddenly remembered that this beast was raised by Yang. If it weren't for Yang, she wouldn't have suffered this painful event. It was all because of Yang. It was Yang who spoke ill of her in front of Grandpa Du, causing him to misunderstand her and say hurtful things. If Grandpa Du hadn't spoken harsh words 10 days ago, she wouldn't have gone out to drink with Wei Haoguang in sorrow. If she hadn't gone to drink, she wouldn't have lost her innocence. It's all Yang's fault. It's all because of her. Her life began to collapse ever since she met Yang. Not just Yang, she feared even this beast had spoken quite a few bad words about her. Perhaps, this beast was even set up by Yang to come here. Duo landed on Yan Yun's shoulder. Yan Yun, I'm hungry, so hungry. You wait a moment, Yan Yun said, I'll get you some food. Great. Upon hearing about food, Duo's tiny eyes lit up. Yan Yun took out a handful of bird feed from the drawer and presented it before Duo. Just as Duo was pecking at the bird feed with its small head lowered, Yan Yun suddenly reached out and grabbed Duo. Her grip was so strong it caused Duo great pain. Duo sensed something was wrong and immediately struggled. Yang. Help. Murder. Yang. Duo had been taken in by Yang when its feathers hadn't fully grown, so subconsciously, Yang was its protector. In times of danger, the first one Duo thought of was Yang. Shut up. A fierce light suddenly appeared in Yan Yun's eyes. The next morning around 8, Yang returned from country. Meow. As soon as she arrived home, Depang enthusiastically greeted her. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1078, Yang Gets Angry. _5. Yang reached out and patted Depang's head. Depang, why are you alone? Where's your brother? Tsuhua replied with a smile. Yang, didn't you see Duo on the tree branch at the entrance of the village when you arrived? These days, it has been calling for you several times every day, waiting on the branch for you morning and evening. No, I haven't, Yang shook her head. Not seen? That was a bit odd. Tsuhua frowned slightly. Could it be that you didn't notice? Yang said, even if I didn't notice, Duo should have seen me. Now, Tsuhua felt something was off. It seems I haven't seen Duo since last night, and with that, she called into the house. Mom, did you see Duo last night? Old Lady Shengguan came out of the room and after thinking said, I didn't see it. I remember when I locked the door last night, the bird's nest was still empty. The weather was still a bit chilly, so Yang had built a warm little nest for Duo indoors. Since Duo often stayed out overnight, old lady Shengguan didn't pay much attention to it at the time. Suddenly, Yang had a bad feeling in her heart and quickly set down her bags. I'll go out and look for it. Tsuhua said, it's not the first time Duo didn't come home at night. It must be fine, Yang, don't worry. You just got off the plane, have something to eat first. Yang shook her head, no. I can't eat until I find Duo. Having spent 2 years with Duo, from chick to fully feathered adult, Ni Yang had come to see Duo as a member of the family. With that, Ni Yang hurried out the door. She went to Demingxian first. Besides liking to mingle with other birds outside, Duo also liked to fly into Old Du's house. Old Du was surprised to see Ni Yang. Ni Yang? When did you get back? Ni Yang was also surprised. How do you know I haven't been home lately? It was Duo that told me. Old Du continued, you don't know how much that little fellow missed you, mentioning you several times a day, it missed you. I came to look for Duo, is Duo here? Ni Yang asked. Old Du shook his head, no, it has not come here for the past 2 or 3 days. Has Duo gone missing? Ni Yang nodded, yes, my mom said she hasn't seen it since last night. Since it's not here, I'll go look elsewhere. I'll come with you. Upon hearing about Duo's disappearance, Old Du was also very anxious. Ni Yang said, no need, I can go by myself. Old Du didn't insist, then call me when you find it. Will do. Since Duo wasn't at Old Du's place, Ni Yang had no choice but to visit several places Duo usually liked, but Duo was nowhere to be seen. Duo. Ni Yang called out urgently. Just then, a bird call sounded in the sky. Chirp. Ni Yang recognized it as Duo's mate, which had led her to find Duo when Old Du had caught it by mistake last year. You know where Duo is, right? Chirp. Duo's mate circled in midair as Ni Yang opened the car door to the driver's side, you lead the way. Chirp. The more Ni Yang followed, the more familiar the route seemed. Wasn't this the way to the Wu family's place? Could it be that Duo went looking for Wu Yannyun? The thought that Duo might have gone looking for Wu Yannyun relaxed Ni Yang. She knew how smart Duo was, it definitely wouldn't have been caught by bad people. Wu Yannyun had visited the Ni family many times, and her relationship with Duo was quite good, so it made sense for Duo to look for Wu Yannyun. Sure enough, the black myna bird landed and stopped in front of the Wu family's apartment building. Ni Yang knocked on the door. The person who opened the door was Yen Erju. Seeing Ni Yang, Yen Erju was surprised. Yang, what brings you here? Ni Yang got straight to the point, Godmother, has Duo come to your place? No, I haven't seen Duo come here, Yen Erju shook her head. Chirp. The black myna bird flew circles in the living room and then flew towards the door of Wu Yannyun's room. Yen Erju was also puzzled, could Duo be in Xiaoyan's room? Godmother, is Yannyun home? Ni Yang asked. She went to school, Yen Erju replied. Ni Yang continued, can I go in and take a look? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1079 Yang blows up. _6. After all, this was Wu Yannyun's room. Before entering, permission from Yen Erju was definitely needed. Of course, you can. Yen Erju nodded. Upon hearing this, Ni Yang immediately walked to the door and pushed open Wu Yannyun's bedroom. Wu Yannyun's room was tidy, but Duo was nowhere to be seen. Ni Yang called out several times for Duo, but there was no response. Chirp. Duo's friend was also very anxious. Could it be that Duo is not here? Ni Yang frowned slightly, and at that moment, her ears perked up, she heard an extremely faint sound, like claws scratching the floor. This sound came from, under the bed. Ni Yang hurriedly laid down and looked under the bed. There were some books and empty shoe boxes under the bed. At first glance, there seemed to be nothing, but Ni Yang was certain that there was something behind these items. Yan Erju couldn't hear these subtle sounds and looked at Ni Yang with a puzzled face. Could Duo still be hiding under the bed? While Yan Erju was puzzled, Ni Yang suddenly pulled out a square metal cage from under the bed. The cage was covered in bloodstains, and in its center lay a small black bird. This was Duo. Yan Erju went pale. What had happened? Duo? Yan Erju's voice trembled as Ni Yang spoke. With trembling fingertips, Ni Yang opened the cage. Duo's beak was tightly bound with thin wire, and its body, claws, and head were covered in scabbed wounds. Duo, tears dripped onto the back of her hand, and Ni Yang didn't even know how she managed to untie the thin wire from Duo's beak. All she saw in her eyes was Duo's horribly misshapen beak. This silly bird, how much pain it must be in. Duo used to be so afraid of pain. Duo, I'm back, look at me. Didn't you say you missed me? Duo lay in Ni Yang's palm, and upon hearing her voice, strained to open its eyes. It's Yang. Yang is back. But it can't go back. Duo opened its mouth, and from its dry throat, not a single sound could be made. Ni Yang grabbed a water cup from the table, dipped some water with a tissue, and brought it to Duo's beak. Duo, have some water first. Water. It was water. Locked under the bed for nearly 2 days, during the hungriest and thirstiest moments, how it wished Wu Yenyun would untie the wire from its beak and provide it with water, with food. Even if just a drop of water, a grain of birdseed, it could hold on until Yang came back. Because it knew that Yang would find it. Just like the time she found it at that little bastard's place. But it had waited a very long time, and Yang had not come. Duo didn't want to die, was fearful of death. There were still so many delicious things it hadn't tasted, so many fun things it hadn't done. If it died, what if someone bullied the silly cat at home? If it died, what would happen to Yang? Later, it couldn't take it anymore and began frantically hitting the cage. But the cage was made of iron wire. It crashed into exhaustion, its head bleeding profusely, yet the cage remained unbroken. Duo's vision grew increasingly blurry, as did Ni Yang's. Cool water soothed the dryness. Duo mustered all its strength. Yang, its voice was no longer crisp, hoarse and murky beyond recognition. No one knew the agony it had been through these days. It was unimaginable. Duo, stop talking, I'm taking you home now, I will cure you, let's go home. Yang, Duo looked at Ni Yang and eventually, its eyes slowly closed. In the palm of her hand, she could no longer feel its heartbeat. Ni Yang, trembling shoulders, watched Duo as her low voice turned into almost a wail. It was the first time Yan Erju had seen Ni Yang like this. Ni Yang, so utterly distraught. For a moment, she did not know what to say. Duo died in Wu Yanyan's room, and the perpetrator behind the scene was now evident. She couldn't understand why Wu Yenyun would do this, nor could she fathom why Wu Yenyun had become so cruel. For a moment, Yan Erju's eyes also reddened. Duo, I'll take you home. Ni Yang carried Duo in one hand and leveraged herself up from the ground using a chair with the other, but the action caused blood to rush to her temples and she nearly collapsed forward. Blood rushed to her heart. Yang, are you alright? Yan Erju quickly reached out to support Ni Yang. I'm fine. Ni Yang waved her hand and staggered toward the door. Yan Erju could only watch Ni Yang's retreating figure. A mournful cry emanated from above. Ni Yang carefully placed Duo in a cardboard box on the passenger seat, one hand on the steering wheel, the other repeatedly wiping tears that seemed endless. It was her fault. She shouldn't have stayed abroad for so long. If she had returned earlier, perhaps none of this would have happened. When Ni Tsuhua saw Ni Yang disheveled coming out of the car, she was utterly shocked. Knowing that Ni Yang is a strong person, having been in Beijing for 3 years without shedding a tear in her presence. A foreboding feeling suddenly seized Enai Tsuehua. Yang, what happened to you? Did you find Duo? Enai Yang opened the passenger's door. Duo is dead. What? Enai Quihua's eyes widened, thinking she was hallucinating. It's dead. Enai Yang took out the cardboard box from the passenger seat. My God! Seeing the battered Duo, Enai Tsuehua covered her mouth, her eyes instantly reddening with tears flowing. Who can remain indifferent in the face of such emotions? They had spent so much time with Duo, and its quirky, charming nature had already made it a member of their family. With a hoarse voice, Enai Tsuehua asked, what happened to Duo? How did it die? Who did this? Upon hearing the commotion, Old Master Zheng, Grandma Zheng, and Grandma Shengguan also ran out and were startled to see Duo in such a state, wiping their tears from heartache. Grandma Shengguan cried and asked, what in the world happened? Didn't Duo just miss one night at home? How could this have happened to it? Who did this? It's so immoral. Truly despicable. Yang, where did you find Duo? Enai Yang handed the box with Duo to Enai Tsuehua. Mom, I need to step out for a bit. Where are you going? To avenge Duo. After dropping these words, Enai Yang got into the driver's seat. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1080, Notorious Avenging Duo? Enai Quihua's brow twitched as she hurriedly walked to the car and knocked on the window. Yang, do you know who killed Duo? I do. Enai Yang's eyes were wrapped in a touch of coldness, and her voice was extremely chill. For such a long time, Elder Zheng, Madame Zheng, and Elder Shengguan had never seen Enai Yang like this. In their memory, Enai Yang had never lost her temper. She always greeted everyone with a smile, so much that everyone thought Enai Yang was always tempered. They never imagined that Enai Yang losing her temper would be so terrifying. Enai Tsuehua continued, so who is the person who killed Duo? Yang, calm down a bit. The situation has already been set, and acting like this won't solve the problem. People who normally don't show anger suddenly erupting, Enai Tsuehua feared she might do something impulsively that couldn't be undone. However, Enai Tsuehua could also understand her feelings. After all, Duo was raised by her from the beginning, when even its feathers weren't fully grown, not to mention Enai Yang, even she herself couldn't bear it. Enai Yang's lips were tightly pursed, and without saying a word, she stomped on the accelerator. Dust flew, and the car vanished from everyone's view. Ah! Enai Tsuehua sighed. Do you think Yang might do something foolish? Mrs. Zheng worriedly walked over to Enai Tsuehua. I don't know. Elder Shengguan came over and asked, Ting, did Yang tell you who killed Duo? No. Enai Tsuehua shook her head. Enai Yang drove the car at high speed, finally stopping at a crossroad. Soon, a motorcycle carrying a passenger sped from not far away. Enai Yang narrowed her eyes slightly, turned the steering wheel, and floored the gas pedal. Whoosh! A dangerous drifting maneuver saw the car directly blocking the motorcycle, forcing it to a stop. On the flat road, there were 4 deep skid marks. Fuck! Who is it? Are you out of your mind? Wei Haoguang furiously took off his helmet. Get down! Enai Yang simply extended her hand to close the car door. Her face showed almost no expression and her voice was faint, yet Wei Haoguang shivered with cold. Was this person here to avenge Wu Yanyan? Although Enai Yang appeared merely in her teens, Wei Haoguang was very wary of her. She was different from Wu Yanyan, she had a frightening presence. Wei Haoguang quickly got off the bike with his companion, bowing and scraping. Do you have any orders? Enai Yang looked towards Wei Haogang's companion. Take off the helmet. Okay. Wei Haoguang nodded repeatedly and hurriedly removed the other's helmet. Beneath the helmet was a young girl with an immature face, not Wu Yenyun. Just from the figure, Ni Yang had thought this girl was Wu Yenyun. Ni Yang slightly furrowed her brows. Where is Wu Yenyun? Wei Haoguang scratched his head. Maybe she went to school. You can go. Hearing this, Wei Haoguang breathed a sigh of relief, quickly taking the girl and riding the motorcycle away. Not long after Wei Haoguang left, Ni Yang saw Wu Yenyun coming towards her with a backpack. Seeing Ni Yang, Wu Yenyun felt annoyed and tried to walk around her. What was Ni Yang doing here? To persuade her to let go of the past, to forgive the Ni family, to forgive Ni Tsuehua? Just then, a shadow blocked in front of Wu Yenyun. Stop. 2 words, very cold, as if wrapped with a layer of ice, chilling to the bone. Wu Yenyun looked up and saw that face as if veiled with snow, clear and distinct. Oddly, Wu Yenyun suddenly felt panic. She tried to suppress the fear in her heart, swallowed her saliva, and asked, "What do you want?" Ni Yang's lips parted slightly. Did you lock up Duo? Wu Yenyun, looking unafraid, retorted, I locked it up. So what? Do you know that Duo is dead? Ni Yang's clenched fists trembled slightly. Did you do it on purpose? So what if I did it on purpose? Wu Yanyun's lips curled into a mocking smile. From the looks of you, are you going to mourn that beast in sackcloth and ashes? To think Ni Yang had such a hypocritical face, if unknowing people saw her, they might think her own mother had died. Just a bird, and she actually cried over it. Such an act. Is it necessary? Really disgusting. Ni Yang slightly furrowed her brows and raised her hand. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know and report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1081 Notorious_2. Slap. A loud slap landed on Wu Yanyun's left cheek. Wu Yanyun's face was struck violently, her mouth corner oozing a trace of blood, her ears buzzing. She covered her left cheek, looking at Ni Yang incredulously. You hit me. Ni Yang, you actually hit me over a beast. Could it be that in Ni Yang's heart, her own younger sister is worse than a beast? That's laughably absurd. What bond of flesh and blood, what thicker than water? All lies. All of it is fake. Ni Yang extended her hand and grabbed Wu Yanyun's chin, looking down at her. Duo is just a bird, how did it ever offend you? Why must you antagonize it? So Ni Yang also knew that Duo was just a bird, huh? She's actually humiliating her own sister over a bird. Wu Yanyun's eyes were full of mockery. It deserved to die. That beast should have died long ago. It's good that it's dead. You think you're so mighty, Ni Yang? If you're so mighty, why couldn't you save that beast? Do you know how miserably it died? By the end, Wu Yenyun even started laughing. Ni Yang, don't think I don't know what you've been secretly doing. You used that beast to speak ill of me in front of others, you used that beast to spy on me. That beast is just as disgusting as you are. I wish I could tear that beast into pieces, but that would be too quick a death for it. I'd rather torture it slowly, letting it die in endless agony. Why should she be the only one to suffer this pain? She's only 18 this year, why should she bear the pain of being abandoned, sold, and deprived of her innocence? Ni Yang should be the one suffering this pain. It was Ni Yang who caused her to end up this way. Without Ni Yang, none of this would have happened. So, in Wu Yanyun's eyes, Duo is a substitute for Ni Yang. When she was torturing Duo, she didn't feel it was cruel, but rather refreshing. Hearing these words, Ni Yang's hand holding Wu Yanyun's chin trembled. Before her eyes flashed over and over the scene of Duo lying in the palm of her hand. It was in so much pain, so uncomfortable, so desperate to live, yet she was powerless, and the culprit of it all was Wu Yanyan. Then you should accompany Duo in death. As the words fell, Ni Yang pulled out a dagger from her waist, the sunlight making the cold blade gleam. At that moment, Ni Yang burst out with a bloodthirsty ferocity. She's gone mad. Ni Yang has gone mad. She's actually harboring murderous intentions against her own sister. Wu Yanyan's pupils shrank, the reflection of the dagger in her eyes growing larger. Just when the dagger was about to strike down, she closed her eyes tightly in fright. Shoo! The expected pain did not come. Wu Yanyan opened her eyes, only to see Ni Yang holding a strand of hair in her hand, her eyes filled with chilling coldness. Ni Yang gripped the hair with one hand, and Wu Yanyan's chin with the other, leaning close to her ear and saying, "Push me too far, and it'll take your life. Believe it or not." After the words, Ni Yang let go of Wu Yanyan and got into the car directly. Wu Yanyan, supporting herself with her hands on the ground, watched as the car disappeared, feeling unwilling, and suddenly felt a surge of acid from her stomach, and started to retch on the spot. After retching for a while, Wu Yanyan finally felt slightly better. With her burning left cheek, she headed towards her home. As soon as she got home, she was greeted by a scolding from Yen Erju. They are all the same. Every one of them. In their eyes, she is worse than a beast. Her face was bruised by Ni Yang, yet Yen Erju didn't even have a word of concern. Enough. Wu Yanyan looked up, furiously staring at Yen Erju. Am I really worth less than a beast in your eyes? If that's really the case, just kill me with one stroke, paying off the beast's life should be fine, right? Saying this, Wu Yanyan picked up a fruit knife from the table and handed it to Yen Erju. Yen Erju was startled, snatched the fruit knife from Wu Yanyan's hand and threw it on the ground. Just put on a show, keep on acting. I don't care about you anymore. When Ni Yang got home, she just happened to encounter Shengguan Dehui holding car keys on his way out. Seeing Ni Yang, Shengguan Dehui's face lit up. Yang, you're back. Worried Ni Yang might do something reckless, Shengguan Dehui had been about to drive out to look for her, but upon seeing Ni Yang return, he too breathed a sigh of relief. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1082 Notorious_3. Dad. Shengguan Dehui continued, come in, your mom and the others are very worried about you. I'm fine. They both went in, and upon entering the house, Ni Tsuhua approached. Yang, are you all right? Ni Yang shook her head slightly. Where is Duo? Ni Tsuhua sighed, over there. Ni Tsuhua placed Duo into its favorite nest. Depang stood motionless beside Duo, occasionally touching Duo's little head with its little paws, seemingly puzzled as to why Duo was ignoring it. Meow. Meow. Depang rubbed its fluffy head against Duo's body, but Duo still did not respond. Meow. Depang got angry, and imitating Duo's usual behavior, turned around and presented its bottom to Duo. Seeing this, Ni Yang's heart, which had finally calmed down, began to ache again. Ni Yang took a deep breath, walked over to Duo's side, and placed the strand of hair into Duo's nest. Whose hair is this? Ni Tsuhua asked. It's Wu Yanyan's, Ni Yang replied. Ni Tsuhua gasped, what? She had never dreamed that Wu Yanyan could be Duo's killer. Yang, are you saying that Yanyan is the one who killed Duo? Granny Zheng approached. Ni Yang nodded. Granny Zheng frowned slightly. Why would she do such a thing? I don't know either, Ni Yang added, maybe it's because she's psychologically twisted. Meanwhile, the expressions of Grandfather Zheng, Granny Shengguan, and Shengguan Dehui also looked somewhat distressed. Just then, the quiet living room was suddenly interrupted by the ring of a telephone. The nanny walked over to answer the phone. Yang, it's for you. Coming. Yang answered the phone, her voice sounding no different from usual. Hello. The caller was Grandpa Du, who was concerned about Duo and had called to inquire about the situation. Duo is dead. Upon hearing this, the person on the other end of the phone was silent for a long while. Are you serious? Yes. I'll come over right away. After saying this, Grandpa Du hung up the phone. Yang stood in front of the phone, still struggling to accept the fact that Duo was gone. On the day she and Mo Chishan left for M country, Duo had seen them off, and she had promised Duo that she would bring back imported bird feed. Duo had also asked her to come back early. Why didn't she come back earlier? If she had come back earlier, Duo wouldn't have ended up like this. Yang's legs weakened, and she sat on the sofa, crying quietly. Yang, Quihua's eyes reddened, and just as she was about to step forward to comfort her, Shangguan patted her on the shoulder. Don't go, let her cry. It's better for her to have a good cry than to keep it all inside. Crying when sad, smiling when happy, that is a genuine person. After quite some time, Yang calmed down, washed her face with cold water in the restroom, and began to tidy up Duo's favorite toys and the bird feed she had specially brought back from abroad. Halfway through packing, Yang suddenly thought of something. Grandpa. Ah, I'm here, Grandfather Zheng responded immediately, walking up to Yang. Yang then said, Grandpa, could you please help me order a wooden box? One that can fit all these things. You don't realize how much stuff is in the house until you start tidying up. There were indeed so many of Duo's belongings. Grandfather Zheng nodded. All right, I'll do it right away. Just then, little Yun, holding her teddy bear, came down from upstairs. As she walked and rubbed her eyes, she said, Sister is back. Was Duo found? Yes, Duo was found. Yang nodded. Where is Duo then? Little Yun asked. I haven't seen it. Little Yun had not seen Duo for 2 days and missed it very much. In fact, many of Duo's words were taught to it by little Yun, such as, silly cat, the landlord's silly son, ah. So Duo has been hiding here and being lazy. Duo. I'm coming. I see you. Little Yun walked toward Duo. Duo. Little Yun reached out and poked Duo, but Duo remained still. Little Yun looked up at Tsuhua. Mom, why isn't Duo moving? Little Yun was only 4 years old and did not yet understand the meaning of life and death. Tsuhua did not speak, unable to bear telling little Yun the truth. Little Yun then turned to Shangguan. Dad, why isn't Duo moving? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1083 Notorious_4 Shangguan squatted down and looked at little Yun, saying, Duo is too tired, it has fallen asleep. Really? Little Yun asked somewhat doubtfully. Yes. Sister, is what Dad said true? Yang nodded. It's true. Little Yun furrowed her brow, but Duo doesn't usually sleep like this, it's so strange. She had seen Duo sleeping before. Duo liked to stand in front of the bird's nest, tucking one foot up, just like a golden rooster standing on one leg. Yang continued, because Duo is too tired. Oh. Little Yun nodded, half understanding. She trusted Yang very much, so she did not question Yang's words. When Grandfather Du arrived, Yang had already packed up Duo's belongings, and old Master Zheng had also finished fixing the wooden box. Old Master Zheng was skilled at his craft, not only making the wooden box good-looking but also brushing a layer of tung oil on the outside. Grandfather Du stood in front of Duo, his face silent, his brows and eyes hiding a deep sullen expression. After a long while, he finally said, "It was Wu Yanyan, wasn't it?" Ni Yang's voice showed no emotion, as she placed Duo's favorite toys and birdseed into the wooden box one by one. Grandfather Du's hand, holding the Buddha beads, had gradually turned white at the knuckles. This silly bird. Hadn't he told it not to get close to Wu Yanyan? How did it just ignore his warning? Ni Yang walked over to Grandfather Du, picked up Duo's nest, and cautiously placed it in the wooden box. "Don't be too sad," Grandfather Du said. Ni Yang's expression was serene. I'm not sad." Grandfather Du sighed. "I also blame myself for this. Actually, the last time on the street, I felt something off about the way Wu Yanyan looked at Duo, but I didn't expect that she would actually harm a bird. She absolutely hates me," Ni Yang continued. "If I weren't Duo's owner, Duo wouldn't have died. Blame no one else but me. If I had come back a day earlier, Duo wouldn't have died. Don't think like that." Ni Yang's lips curled into a faint smile. "It's okay." With that, Ni Yang closed the lid of the wooden box. "Wait a moment." Grandfather Du reached out his hand to stop the lid. "What's wrong?" Ni Yang looked up slightly. In the wooden box, one side held Duo's food and toys, while the other held the bird nest and Duo, and Grandfather Du placed the Buddha beads next to Duo. "What are you doing?" Ni Yang asked, surprised. Grandfather Du explained, "This Buddha beads have been consecrated. I hope they can bless Duo to reincarnate as a human in its next life, into a good family. But, this is too precious." Judging from its appearance, Grandfather Du had been carrying these Buddha beads for at least 5 years, and the material was top-grade Xiaoya sandalwood. Grandfather Du smiled, "It's just a worldly possession. In my view, all the money in the world couldn't buy another Duo. I thank you on behalf of Duo. "You're welcome," Grandfather Du continued. "Duo was also my friend. From the scorching summer to the cold winter, Duo had been with him for such a long time, calling it a friend was not an overstatement." Ni Yang continued, "I want to bury Duo on the back mountain, will you come?" "Yes," Grandfather Du nodded. Armed with a hoe, Grandfather Du followed Ni Yang to the back mountain. The two were silent along the way. Ni Yang dug a large pit, placed the wooden box inside, and was about to cover it with soil when a strange noise suddenly came from the sky. Then, a shadow covered them. Ni Yang looked up and saw the sky filled with dense myna birds. Chirp! 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 A series of mournful cries arose from the sky. Ni Yang looked up at these myna birds and shouted, "Thank you." Grandfather Du's expression was also somewhat shocked. He had never seen so many myna birds gathered together. It was quite a sight. This scene lasted for about 3 minutes, and then the birds flew away. After covering the soil, Ni Yang also collected some stones to surround the grave, and planted a small sapling next to it. That day was like a dream. After leaving Jinghua village, Grandfather Du seemed like a changed person, carrying the stormy aura making others dare not look straight at him. The servants at Deming Pavilion were on tenterhooks, afraid that they might inadvertently anger Grandfather Du. Grandfather Du called Wang Ziki, check on Wu Yanyan's recent situation. Ziki was stunned. Grandfather Du continued, check on Wu Yanyan's recent situation, have someone watch her 24 hours a day. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1084 Notorious_5. Okay. Wang Ziki looked at Grandfather Du with some confusion. Why would Grandfather Du want to investigate Wu Yenyun out of the blue? Could it be that he took a liking to Wu Yenyun, intending to take her in as the third mistress? Moreover, he always felt that today's Grandfather Du was a bit strange. But he couldn't quite put his finger on what was strange. Just at that moment, Wang Ziki suddenly realized that the Buddha beads Grandfather Du usually wore on his wrist were missing. Where are the Buddha beads? These beads had extraordinary significance to Grandfather Du. 8 years ago, when his chronic illness became severe, and he nearly died, a wandering high monk gave Grandfather Du these life-altering Buddha beads. Grandfather Du cherished the beads immensely, usually not letting anyone else touch them, not even allowing Du Jiaojiao to take a look. But today, the beads had vanished. Wang Ziki's expression changed. Grandfather, where are your Buddha beads? Grandfather Du nonchalantly said, I gave them away. You go and take care of your business quickly. Okay. Wang Ziki nodded. The next day, when Du Jiaojiao found out about this, she too was startled. Second brother, where are your Buddha beads? They were given as a burial offering for Duo. Grandfather Du told the truth. Du Jiaojiao opened her mouth wide. Duo, dead? Stop joking around. I'm not joking with you. Du Jiaojiao's face turned pale. Is Duo really gone? Duo was particularly endearing, and Du Jiaojiao liked it a lot. It took her a moment to come to terms with the fact. Grandfather Du nodded slightly. How did it die? Because of Wu Yenyun. Du Jiaojiao incredulously said, You mean Yang Yang's sister? Yes. Oh my gosh. Du Jiaojiao exclaimed, why would she do such a thing? Jealousy makes one ugly. Du Jiaojiao sighed incessantly, that's too scary. Too scary. After Duo was gone, Depang, carrying Duo's other nest, waited at the door every day for its return. Meow meow meow. Depang sounded pitiful and anxious. Why hasn't Duo come back? Could it be that it found Depang too foolish? Zhao Shuyue walked to the Ni family's courtyard. Depang, let's go home. Depang stepped on Duo's nest with its paw. Zhao Shuyu's eyes reddened, sighing helplessly. Previously, when Duo was still around, the two of them would often quarrel, but to her surprise, since Duo's departure, Depang had become like this. Gradually, Depang stopped eating and began wasting away, becoming more melancholic each day. Ni Yang and Zhao Shuyue were extremely anxious. Suddenly one day, Depang disappeared. Ni Yang and Zhao Shuyue searched for a long time but couldn't find Depang. After Depang left, Zhao Shuyue no longer had the heart to keep another cat, for she knew Depang would return one day. Deming Xian. Wang Ziki was reporting Wu Yanyan's recent situation to Grandfather Du. Grandfather Du, based on Dr. Liu's speculation, and according to our investigation, Wu Yanyan is likely pregnant. Wang Ziki had originally thought Grandfather Du took a liking to Wu Yenyun, but now it seems that was not the case. However, this is also good. He also felt that Wu Yenyun was not worthy of Grandfather Du. Pregnant. Grandfather Du narrowed his eyes. Are you sure? Wang Ziki nodded. That's what Dr. Liu said. Dr. Liu had exceptional medical skills. If he said so, there was certainly 80 to 100% certainty. Then get Xiaohu over here. Okay. In a short while, Wang Ziki brought Xiaohu in. Xiaohu waited in Grandfather Du's room for a long time. When he came out, Wang Ziki curiously asked, Xiaohu, what did Grandfather Du say to you? Xiaohu scratched his head. Grandfather Du asked me to arrange a free health check for all high schools in Beijing. Health check? Wang Ziki was stunned. What was Grandfather Du thinking? Xiaohu continued, Brother Wang, what do you think we're trying to do? Although Grandfather Du usually practiced Buddhism, he had never done any charitable deeds, and was even somewhat stingy. This time, unexpectedly showing such great benevolence, he was to provide all high schools in Beijing with a free health check. There were over 290 high schools big and small in Beijing. How much manpower and financial resources would this health check consume? Had Grandfather Du gone mad? Xiaohu always felt this matter was somewhat surreal. Brother Wang, pinch me to see if I'm dreaming? Wang Ziki knocked Ziya's head hard. You're not dreaming. Actually, Wang Ziki himself was also puzzled. The words fell, and Xiaohu added, the old man said, this matter must be kept secret, Brother Wang, you must never tell anyone. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1085 Notorious_6. Rest assured, Wang Ziki nodded. Isn't this just doing a good deed? Why keep it a secret? The next day, Xiaohu started preparing for the matter. The implementation began the third day. Wu Yanyan's high school received the news of the medical examination, so the teacher decided to free up the afternoon classes and took everyone for a checkup. Wu Yanyan didn't pay much attention to this, but faintly felt that the doctor's gaze at her was a bit strange. 2 hours later, the head teacher called Wu Yanyan to the office alone. Take a look at this. The head teacher's face looked awful as he handed the medical report to Wu Yanyan. Wu Yanyan frowned slightly. Teacher, did the checkup reveal that I have a serious illness? Otherwise, why would the head teacher's face look so terrible? You are pregnant. The head teacher glanced at Wu Yanyan. Actually, at first, the head teacher liked Wu Yanyan very much because she was smart, sensible, and had very good academic results, often coming first, but gradually, Wu Yanyan changed. Her grades slipped, she was distracted in class, and she often skipped school. Recently, she finally restrained herself a bit and her grades started to improve, but now she has caused such a scandal. A high school student, not studying hard and hanging out with miscreants all day, what does that look like? Now she's even pregnant. It's truly disappointing. Upon hearing this, Wu Yanyan's face turned pale in an instant. She looked at the head teacher in disbelief. What are you saying? How could this happen? In a flash, Wu Yanyan's world seemed colorless. Bleak and desolate. The head teacher sighed. Just take a look at the medical report yourself. Before calling Wu Yanyan over, the head teacher had already contacted the Wu family parents, and they were now on their way. The call was answered by Yan Erju. Upon hearing the head teacher's words, her first reaction was that it was impossible. How could Wu Yanyan be pregnant? It must be a mistake. Soon, the parents arrived at the school office and had a discussion with the head teacher. With Wu Yanyan in this condition, I suggest she should take a break from school for a while. You can't come to school with a big belly. Yan Erju said, Teacher, rest assured, the test result must be mistaken, our Xiaoyun is still a virgin, how could she possibly be pregnant? It's definitely a mistake. Impossible. Although Wu Yanyan has been a bit stubborn recently, she would definitely not do such a thing. The head teacher then said, if you doubt the medical examination results, you can take Wu Yanyan to the hospital for a checkup. Coming out of the office, students immediately started pointing and discussing Wu Yanyan. I heard she's pregnant. Really? Of course, it's true. It was discovered during this medical checkup. TSK, so young and already messing around, that's utterly shameless. There were also some more rational students. Don't spread rumors, maybe she isn't pregnant at all. Not pregnant? Then why did the teacher ask her parents to come? Hearing this, the person who had just spoken fell silent. What's her name? It's Wu Yanyan from class 6 of senior 3. Listening to these conversations, Wu Yanyan wished she could find a crack in the ground to crawl into. The Wu family parents also felt humiliated. After hastily leaving the school, the Wu family parents immediately took Wu Yenyun to the hospital for a check. Wu Yenyun herself also harbored a glimmer of hope. Not pregnant. She mustn't be pregnant. It was the doctor's mistake at the examination. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1086 Reap what you sow. With Yen Erju accompanying her, Wu Yenyun went for various medical examinations. After the examinations, the family of 3 sat in the waiting room awaiting the results. Approximately an hour later, it was finally Wu Yenyun's turn. It was a female doctor, around 40 years old. Yen Erju grabbed the doctor's hands, unable to hide her urgency. Doctor. Doctor. My daughter isn't pregnant, right? Hope also flickered in Wu Yenyun's eyes. She couldn't be pregnant. She definitely couldn't be pregnant. The female doctor adjusted her glasses, holding Wu Yenyun's results, and looked up at Yen Erju. According to the examination results, your daughter is already 4 weeks pregnant. Boom! The doctor's words exploded like a thunderclap directly over the heads of the family of 3. She was really pregnant. How could she be pregnant? Smack! Unable to contain his anger, Wu Jinshu slapped Wu Yenyun across the face. He was furious. He was absolutely furious. He had never imagined that Wu Yenyun would do something like this. She was actually pregnant. How could he face anyone in the future? Yen Erju covered her mouth, crying out. How foolish. This child was too foolish. Wu Yenyun, not caring about the pain on her face, bit her lip hard, feeling both shame and embarrassment, wishing she could just disappear from this world. It's a mistake, doctor, you must have made a mistake. Wu Yenyun grabbed the doctor's hand, crying out, please tell me it's not true. I'm not pregnant. Not. The female doctor glanced again at Wu Yenyun's medical record. No wonder the parents were so angry. For a moment, the doctor looked at Wu Yenyun with a strange expression in her eyes. The doctor continued, do you want to keep the baby? If so, I can prescribe some medicine for maintaining the pregnancy. Wu Yenyun couldn't hear anything anymore. All she could think about was that she was pregnant. She was pregnant. She was actually pregnant. Wu Jinshu said, we can't keep this child. Yen Erju hurriedly added, yes, yes, yes. We can't keep this child. For the sake of Wu Yenyun's future, this child couldn't be kept. The doctor looked at Wu Yenyun's parents and continued, your daughter has a unique physique, and this is her first child. If you choose abortion, she may never be able to conceive again. Upon hearing this, Wu Yenyun's parents were stunned. What should they do? Should Wu Yenyun give birth to the child? What will happen to Wu Yenyun's future if she gives birth? And if they go with abortion, Wu Yenyun might never be able to become a mother again. For a while, Wu Yenyun's parents found themselves in a dilemma, unsure of what to decide. The doctor continued, you parents should go home and discuss it thoroughly. If you decide to proceed with an abortion, it's best to do it within the first 3 months. After 3 months, it will be tough for the adults. Wu Yenyun didn't know how she had managed to leave the hospital. On the way, Wu Jinshu and Yen Erju were silent. She knew that this was the calm before the storm. Upon returning home, Wu Jinshu's emotions completely erupted. Tell me, which bastard got you pregnant? Was it that bastard on the motorcycle last time? Wu Yenyun, with tears all over her face, shook her head. I don't know, you don't know? You've done such a shameful thing, and you don't know? Wu Jinshu continued, crying. What's the use of crying now? How many times have your mom and I told you to stay away from those bad youths? What did you say back then? You're reaping what you sowed. Retribution. What sin did our Wu family commit to raise such a disgraceful child? This was probably the most severe Wu Jinshu had ever scolded Wu Yanyan. Because it was too shameful. The news of Wu Yanyan's pregnancy had already spread on their way to the hospital. It wouldn't take many days before everyone would know. It might even make the news. The more Wu Jinshu thought about it, the angrier he became. Listening to all this, Wu Yanyan recalled the time she had fasted, the time when her parents had earnestly advised her, but she just wouldn't listen. She regretted it so deeply. She truly regretted it. If only she had listened to her parents' advice earlier and completely cut off contact with Wei Haoguang. If she had severed ties with Wei Haoguang back then, none of this would have happened today. But in this world, there is no medicine for regret. No medicine for regret. Why was she so foolish then? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1087 Reap What You Sow _2. Wu Yanyan now desperately wished she could go back in time and kill her foolish self who did everything for Wei Haoguang, for that so-called right to socialize. It's too late. Everything is too late now. Wu Yanyan sobbed uncontrollably. Wu Jinshu, who was cursing, also began to cry. Yan Erju sighed and gave Wu Jinshu a look, then pulled Wu Yanyan into the house. Come with me for a moment. Wu Yanyan, trembling, followed Yan Erju into the bedroom. Yan Erju closed the bedroom door, looked at Wu Yanyan with a heavy heart, and said, "Tell me honestly, who is the father of the child?" "I really don't know, how can you not know?" Yan Erju frowned and said, "What's the point of protecting that man at a time like this?" Wu Yanyan's face was streaked with tears. How could she bring herself to tell Yan Erju about such a shameful matter? Yan Erju sighed again and continued, "You heard what the doctor said today. If you go through with the abortion, you might not be able to get pregnant again. You're not getting any younger, and since girls have to get married sooner or later, what if?" Wu Yanyan understood what Yan Erju was implying and screamed, "No. I don't want to give birth to this bastard child. I don't want to." Bastard child? How many mothers would call their own children bastards? Yan Erju's brow twitched, and she instantly knew there was more to the story. It seemed that Wu Yanyan had not done this willingly. "Yanyan, tell me, did someone bully you? What exactly happened?" Wu Yanyan told Yan Erju everything through her tears. After listening, Yan Erju's face showed a mixture of shock and sympathy. She couldn't imagine what kind of pain Wu Yanyan went through that night. No wonder Wu Yanyan kept saying she didn't know who the father of the child was. Yan Erju admonished her with frustration, "Your father warned you long ago not to mix with scum like Wei Haoguang. You just had to learn the hard way before feeling regret. You and your father have been advising you for so long, but not only did you not appreciate it, you even went on a hunger strike against us." Wu Yanyan felt regret too. But what good was regret? There's no such thing as a pill for regret in this world. Wu Yanyan grabbed Yan Erju's hand, crying, "Mom, please don't tell Ni Yang. If Ni Yang finds out, she will definitely laugh at me. She will definitely laugh at me. What are you worried about at this point? If you cared so much about face, why did you even do such a thing in the first place?" Yan Erju continued, "You can control what your father and I say, but can you control what others say? The rumors will reach Yangyang eventually." Now that everyone knew Wu Yanyan was pregnant, word was bound to spread, and they couldn't cover it up. When the time came, she and Wu Jinshu would lose face in public as well. It wasn't just Wu Yanyan who was disgraced, but them as parents too. Walking outside, people would criticize them as parents. Hearing this, Wu Yanyan cried even harder. Yan Erju cried along with her. What kind of situation is this? They had hoped that Wu Yanyan would marry the father of the child and then have the baby, thinking that the couple could make do with each other for a lifetime. But it looked like that plan was no longer viable. Yan Erju then said, Yan Yun, why don't we go to the police? We can't just watch that bastard get away with this. No. Wu Yenyun quickly shook her head, we can't go to the police. We can't. She already felt too ashamed to face people as it was, but if they went to the police, how would she have the face to see anyone then? We can't go to the police. Absolutely not. Mom, if you go to the police, I won't be able to live anymore. Yan Erju was stunned, then what are we supposed to do? The child can't be without a father after being born. No, insisted Wu Yenyun, I don't want to give birth to it. I don't want to. Yan Erju sighed, but if you terminate the pregnancy, you might never have children again. Now Wu Yenyun had nothing more to say. She felt life was so unfair. She was the one who had been abandoned, the most pitiful one, and yet now she had become the most miserable one. The one who should be suffering was living a carefree life. It was unfair. Truly unfair. Everything she was enduring should have been Ni Yang's to bear. If it had been Ni Yang who was abandoned, then she would be the noodle restaurant's boss, the founder of the Ice Skin Jade brand, the exquisite beauty. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1089 Reap What You Sow _4. Wu Jinshu patted Yan Erju's hand and signaled her to stop talking. Just then, the nurse called Wu Yanyun's name. Wu Yenyun stood up and walked toward the operating room. Xiaoyun. Yan Erju stood up worriedly, afraid that Wu Yenyun would regret it later. Wu Yenyun turned back to look at Yan Erju. Mom, don't worry, I won't regret it. Having said that, she walked into the operating room. Clack. The door to the operating room closed, and the surgical lights came on. About an hour later, Wu Yenyun was pushed out. Family of Wu Yenyun, please come over here. Hearing the nurse's voice, Wu's parents hurried over. Nurse comrade, how is my daughter? The surgery went very smoothly, the nurse continued. However, the patient has a rather unique constitution, we'll need to keep her in the hospital for observation for 2 days. Please go and complete the hospital admission procedures first. Alright, I'll go now. Wu Jinshu said, then turned to Erju. Erju, you keep an eye on Yenyun. Emicham, Yan Erju nodded. 2 days went by quickly, and the doctor's diagnosis came in, Wu Yenyun would be infertile for life. Seeing this result, Wu's parents were very heartbroken. Wu Yenyun's face was even more ashen. What made Wu Yenyun feel worse was that during these days of her incident, neither Ni Tsuihua nor Ni Yang, nor the old Master Zheng or old Madame Zheng, none of them came to visit. In their hearts, do they still consider her as part of the family? Is it because of Duoduo's incident that they are acting this way? Duoduo is just an animal. Wu Yenyun thought too much and was depressed every day. It wasn't long before she became so thin that she was unrecognizable. It was once again the season when peach blossoms bloomed, and the 2 peach trees in the Ni family's backyard were filled with gorgeous flowers. A gentle breeze caressed the air, bringing the fragrance of the blossoms throughout the courtyard. Ni Yang gazed at the peach trees, her lips tightly pressed, somewhat lost in thought. As if through these peach blossoms, she could see the scenes of last year's Duo and Depang, a bird and a cat, fighting atop and beneath the trees. This sight and sensation conjured a poem in her mind. Last year, this day at this gate, the human face and peach blossoms reflected each other's red. Where the human face has gone unknown, peach blossoms still smile with Chun Feng. At the same time, in a small mountain village next to the neighboring city of Beijing. Inside a low and dilapidated tile-roofed house, on a bed missing a leg, lay a frail girl. Her complexion was pale, her lips firmly closed, showing no signs of life. Meow. A large yellow tabby cat hopped onto the bed, patting her face with its paw. Seeing no reaction from the girl, the tabby cat patted her face again. Just then, voices suddenly came from the doorway. A plump and a thin woman walked in from outside. The tall and thin woman said, "Your sister-in-law, it's been 2 months now, and your younger sister-in-law surely won't make it. Xianxia's father next door is willing to pay 50 yuan to take her in. I think you should act quickly. Once this opportunity passes, you won't find another. If she really dies at home, not only will you miss out on the money, but you will also have to pay for the funeral expenses out of pocket." This tall and thin woman was the village's well-known matchmaker. She arranged all the happy events in the village. Hearing this, the plump woman hesitated and said, "But I can't bear to part with our Yu." The tall and thin woman secretly sneered in her heart, "With how things are, you're still talking about can't bear to." She never treated Zhao Yu nicely when things were fine. Not to mention nicely, she almost treated Zhao Yu like an animal. Now putting on this act here? It's sickening. Sister-in-law, didn't the doctor say? Your younger sister-in-law is now just a living dead person without sensations. Alive or dead, it's all the same to her. At this point, the tall and thin woman became a bit impatient. "Just give me a straight answer, do you agree or not? If you don't agree, they'll look for someone else." Hearing this, the plump woman became anxious and quickly said, "I agree. I agree." That was 50 yuan. The plump woman could never have dreamed that such a useless person could bring in so much money. The tall and thin woman smiled satisfactorily, "That's right. I'll go notify Xianxia's father right away." Just then, the person who had been lying quietly on the bed suddenly sat up, looking around confusedly. "Ah. It hurts. Where is this?" Meow. The tabby cat lying beside her cried out. "Stupid cat." Zhao Yu looked at the tabby cat in surprise. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1090 Reap What You Sow _5. Hearing Zhao Ye's voice, the big orange cat appeared extremely excited and quickly jumped into Lu Ye's arms to rub against her. Meow. "Silly cat, I didn't expect I could see you again." Woo woo woo. The person and cat wept together, heads buried in sorrow. This scene startled the two women standing by the door, one fat and one thin. Who could have thought that someone who had been comatose in bed for 2 months could wake up? Especially the fat woman, she turned pale with anxiety. This damn girl, not waking up earlier or later, but just had to do so at this time. Her 50 yuan. What to do now? Marrying off a comatose person to Xianxia's father was feasible, since she had no consciousness anyway. But now that she's recovered, what if she doesn't agree? At that moment, the tall, slim woman pulled on the hand of Lu family's sister-in-law and whispered, "Sister-in-law, come outside with me for a moment." Okay. The two women stepped outside. The tall, slim woman handed Lu family's sister-in-law a small paper packet. "What's this?" Zhao family's sister-in-law looked puzzled at the fat woman. The tall, slim woman glanced around to make sure no one was there, then whispered something into the ear of Zhao family's sister-in-law. Upon hearing it, Zhao family's sister-in-law went pale. "What did you say? Can this really work? What are you scared for? Her big brother isn't at home anyway, and besides, everyone in the village knows that Zhao Yu has been bedridden for so long with no hope of recovery. If anything really happens, no one will suspect a thing. All Xianxia's father wants is to take a wife. In this remote and impoverished area, it's not unusual for someone to fall ill and never recover." The tall, slim woman had been dealing with human traffickers in recent years, and some traffickers specifically targeted young and pretty girls, feeding them drugs so they couldn't talk, making them easy to dispose of however they wanted. Once you get used to doing certain things, you become numb to them, which is why the tall, slim woman, upon seeing Zhao Yu awaken, immediately handed Zhao family's sister-in-law a packet of medicine. Zhao family's sister-in-law was still a bit afraid, even though she usually wasn't nice to Zhao Yu, she had never thought about harming her. The tall, slim woman continued, I'm the one giving you the drugs. If something goes wrong, I'll take the fall. What are you so afraid of? You really have no guts. She said this with impatience. Forget it. If you're not willing, then never mind. I'll find someone else. Upon hearing this, Zhao family's sister-in-law quickly grabbed the tall, slim woman. Can this really be done? The tall, slim woman nodded. Of course it can. You just need to watch her and not let her leave the house today. As long as she doesn't go out, nobody in the village will know she's recovered. Tonight, you put the medicine in her food, and tomorrow morning you'll notify Qiang's father to come take her as his bride. Once the door is closed, there'll be nothing to worry about. After speaking, the tall, slim woman added, 50 yuan. You won't be at a loss. In a household where the annual income doesn't exceed 30 yuan, 50 yuan is indeed a considerable amount of money. Zhao family's sister-in-law nodded, fine. I got it. What time will you come over tomorrow morning? The tall, slim woman replied, I haven't figured out the exact time yet. When we come over, we'll set off firecrackers. I'm going now. Wait a second. Zhao family's sister-in-law tugged at the sleeve of the fat woman. What's up? The tall, slim woman turned around, puzzled. Zhao family's sister-in-law continued, you should at least give me a deposit. How else can I trust you? And my sister-in-law is so beautiful, you should up the price a bit. Otherwise, who would take this risk for you? The tall, slim woman said impatiently, fine, 70 yuan then. I'll give you a deposit of 35 yuan now. Don't be too greedy, there's no more. Zhao family's sister-in-law knew the tall, slim woman's temperament and smiled, okay. The tall, slim woman took out 35 yuan from her pocket and gave it to Zhao family's sister-in-law, who was overjoyed to receive so much money. With the money in hand, Zhao family's sister-in-law returned to the room with a broad smile and said to Zhao Yu on the bed, You just lay there and don't think about anything. Sister-in-law will make you some delicious food to give you a good nourishment. For some reason, Zhao family's sister-in-law felt something was off as she looked at her sister-in-law. It was strange. Especially her eyes. Pitch black, like bottomless pits, like a little wolf pup ready to pounce, as if she could devour someone. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1091 Reap what you sow _6. Zhao family's sister-in-law already had a guilty conscience, and now she became even more frightened. Yu, why don't you sleep first? Sister-in-law will head out first. Watching Zhao family's sister-in-law's retreating figure, Zhao Yu narrowed her eyes. Wailing sounds, there are too many bad people here, it seems she needs to leave sooner. Otherwise, she's in for a rough time. Sigh. She really misses Yang. If Yang were here, she would definitely protect her. Indeed, the body of Zhao Yu in front of her actually harbors a shameless and narcissistic bird spirit. That is Duo. Zhao Yu clapped her hands, leapt forward, but instead of taking flight, she fell flat on her bottom. Bang! Ouch! Tears sprang from Zhao Yu's eyes. What's going on? Has her flying skill deteriorated? Zhao Yu crawled and scrambled to the mirror, and staring at her reflection, she exclaimed in horror, My God! My God! What happened to me? Where are my feathers? My beak? Ah! She was the handsomest in the bird realm, but now turned into this ghastly appearance. How could she charm other birds in the future? She wasn't ready to stop flirting around. What is actually going on? After a good long while, Duo finally came to terms with the fact that she had turned into a human. The owner of this body is called Jianghu, 18 years old, motherless since childhood, living with her brother and sister-in-law. Recently her brother went out to work, leaving her to live alone with her sister-in-law. Her sister-in-law treats her terribly, always hitting or scolding her. 2 months ago, Jianghu fell from a mountain while picking mushrooms, tragically becoming comatose, and then, she turned into Jianghu. Meow. A big orange cat patted Jianghu with its paw. Silly cat. Jianghu bent down to pick up the big orange. Woo woo woo. Now that I've become like this, would my mom and her lousy man still recognize me? And Xiao Wang, would he recognize me? After speaking, Jianghu again looked up at the ceiling and sighed. What should she do now? She's starting to miss Yang more and more, wondering if Yang misses her dog's son. It wasn't long before night fell, and Zhao family's sister-in-law brought over a bowl of steaming meat soup. Yu, get up and have some soup. Zhao Yu took the porcelain bowl with both hands. It's a bit hot, I'll drink it later. Ha! Does she think I'm a fool? Does she think I don't know there's something wrong with this soup? Oh, if only Yang were here. If Yang were here, she'd definitely send this wicked sister-in-law packing. Sigh, how much she misses Yang. Zhao family's sister-in-law said smilingly, it's not hot at all, I've already blown on it. You go ahead and leave, I want to be alone for a while, Zhao Yu continued. Could it be that she has discovered something? Zhao family's sister-in-law seemed taken aback. Zhao Yu looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law. Big sister, why are you insisting on me drinking the soup? Did you put poison in it? Of course not. Zhao family's sister-in-law was startled. What nonsense are you spouting? Why do you sound so defensive? Zhao Yu challenged. After a pause, Zhao Yu said with a grin, Big sister, I'm just kidding with you. You've been so nice to me, how could you bear to poison me? Go ahead and leave, I'll drink the soup in a bit. Initially, Zhao Yu wanted to beat up Zhao family's sister-in-law, but then she looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law's build, and then her own, and eventually gave up the idea. Zhao family's sister-in-law must be over 200 pounds, and how much does she weigh? Certainly, no more than 90 pounds. She's just a picture of malnutrition. How could she beat Zhao family's sister-in-law? Better to outwit than confront. Hearing this, Zhao family's sister-in-law breathed a sigh of relief. Then drink it quickly and go to sleep, I will leave now. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1092 Meet. After Zhao Ye's sister-in-law left, Zhao Yu sat on the bed, thinking about how to escape this den of wolves. According to the memories in Zhao Ye's mind, this place was a small mountain village over 800 kilometers from Beijing city. In the past, what was 800 kilometers? At most, it would take 2 days to fly. But now, she was human. And a female at that. With all these vast distances, high mountains, and long rivers, trying to rely on her own strength to get to Beijing was just too difficult. Humans really are too weak. Meow. Depang nudged Zhao Ye's head with its own. Silly cat, how did you find me? Zhao Yu suddenly felt a pang of sympathy for Depang. Such a long journey, Depang really went through a lot. Depang stretched its legs, as if to show Zhao Yu how good its jumping skills were. It could leap several meters in one go, and it could climb trees too. Zhao Yu touched Depang's head, extremely worried. Over 800 kilometers. How was she going to get back? Sigh, if only I had written down Yang Yang's family's phone number. Zhao Yu sighed. If she had known Yang Yang's family's phone number, she could have asked Yang Yang to come pick her up. Was she really going to be sold off by that fat woman and go be a daughter-in-law for someone like Qiang's dad? No way. She was Yang Yang's dog child, she did not want to be sold to someone else. Thinking it over, Zhao Yu patted Depang's head. Silly cat, go see what that evil old woman is up to now. Meow. Depang meowed once, jumped off Zhao Yu, and leaped out the window. In a little while, Depang came back, meow meow meow. Zhao Yu tilted her head, listened for a while. Oh, I see. I understand now. Outside, the sky gradually darkened. Taking advantage of the night, Zhao Yu held her breath and went to the next room, which was eerily quiet with no one around. Just like Depang said, Zhao's sister-in-law had gone out to meet her lover. After confirming the house was empty except for her, Zhao Yu breathed a sigh of relief, returned to her room, picked up the bowl of meat soup and went to the kitchen. The kitchen was fragrant, the air filled with the aroma of stewed meat. Zhao Yu swallowed, took a clean bowl from the cupboard, served herself 2 fresh bowls of meat soup, and then poured the drugged soup back into the pot. Zhao Yu carried 2 bowls of meat soup back to her room, one for herself and one for Depang. Silly cat, time for meat soup. Catching the scent of the meat soup, Depang was incredibly excited. It was Zhao Yu's first time drinking meat soup. The taste was simply amazing. Wow! This is delicious. Zhao Yu felt like she was floating. At this moment, Zhao Yu felt that being a human wasn't too bad. Humans ate much better than birds. Aside from not being able to fly and not having pretty feathers, humans didn't really have any defects. Chapter 1093 To Meet. _2. The tall and thin woman said, auspicious timing is crucial for celebrations. Now it's 8:18 a.m., just the lucky moment of today. Where is the bride? Have you gotten the bride ready? Zhao family's sister-in-law swallowed hard. Please don't be anxious, how about we chat for a bit first? Ah. Chat about what? Got to bring the person back, I still have to work in the fields, said a middle-aged man over 50 years old. This man was Qiang's father. Why did he want to marry Zhao Yu, a vegetative person? The reason is quite simple. He has consulted a semi-diviner, who said that Zhao Yu has a fortune-bringing appearance and she won't stay unconscious forever. In a few days, Zhao Yu will wake up. He is already 58 years old, isn't it a good deal to marry an 18-year-old girl with just 70 yuan? And on top of that, a fortune-bringing young girl too. Absolutely a bargain. Don't be anxious, Qiang's father, look, you are about to marry Yu. Why don't we sit down and have a chat, said the Zhao family's sister-in-law. Zhao Yu has been sold to me. Who's related to you? Qiang's father shoved the Zhao family's sister-in-law away. Why are women like you so annoying? In this 10-mile radius, who doesn't know that Zhao family's sister-in-law is hard to talk to and looks down upon the poor? Qiang's father certainly didn't want to associate himself with this kind of person. Hey! Don't go in there. Don't go in. Zhao family's sister-in-law clutched at Qiang's father's sleeve. Qiang's father shook her off. What are you going on about? The tall and thin woman looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law with a sneer, as the saying goes, greed knows no bounds. You should watch out for that. Zhao family's sister-in-law looked troubled and glanced at the tall and thin woman. Ah. How was she supposed to explain this? That darn girl, she didn't know where she'd run off to. Right then, Qiang's father, the first to enter the room, shouted, where is she? Where is Zhao Yu? Where is she? The tall and thin woman turned to Zhao family's sister-in-law. Zhao family's sister-in-law said with a smile, don't worry, Yu may have gone out to play. She should be back soon. Gone out to play? Qiangzi's father said in surprise. Zhao Yu is already better? It seems the semi-diviner was right, Zhao Yu really is a fortune-bringing one. Zhao family's sister-in-law looked at Qiangzi's father with difficulty. The tall and thin woman lowered her voice and said, "Gone out to play? Didn't she eat the medicine I gave you yesterday?" Zhao family's sister-in-law quickly said, "I gave it to her." "I really did." "If you really did, then how could Zhao Yu have escaped?" The tall and thin woman squinted her eyes. "Oh. I get it. You want to call off the marriage." With the last sentence, she suddenly raised her voice. "Call off the marriage?" Qiangzi's father, upon hearing this, turned around angrily. "You've taken the money, and now you want to call off the marriage?" "No, no." Zhao family's sister-in-law waved her hands. "I didn't want to call off the marriage. I really didn't." The tall and thin woman demanded, "Then where is Zhao Yu? Where did Zhao Yu go? Are you hiding her?" Zhao family's sister-in-law said very innocently, "It wasn't me, really not me. When I woke up in the morning, she wasn't in the room. I don't know where she went. It's no use saying anything now. Shall we go search the village? We're all people from the village, would I still lie to you?" The tall and thin woman and Qiangzi's father exchanged glances, then said, "All right, then let's go have a look. If we can't find her, you have to return the money to Qiangzi's father." Zhao family's sister-in-law said, "We can find her. We will definitely find our Yu. The three of them left the house and began a thorough search of the village. Yu. They searched the entire village, but couldn't find Zhao Yu. Zhao family's sister-in-law had a bad expression on her face. Could that darn girl have run away? Qiangzi's father's face was very ugly. "You didn't conspire with Zhao Yu, did you?" I didn't. If nothing's wrong with Zhao Yu, how could she disappear? I think you're trying to deceive someone in marriage. Trying to swindle my money." Qiangzi's father continued, Forget it. Just give me the money back. Let's call this off. What bad luck. We can find her. We will definitely find our Yu. Can you give me some more time?" Zhao family's sister-in-law didn't want to give up those 70 yuan. "No need to search anymore, just return the money." With no other choice, Zhao family's sister-in-law had to lead Qiangzi's father and the tall, thin woman back to get the money. That darn girl. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. This little girl seems a bit naive. The old grandpa then asked, "Little girl, what are you going to the county town for? Why are you out here alone?" He thought Zhao Yu didn't look that old, at most 17 or 18 years old. Out alone, can her family rest at ease? "I'm not out here alone. I have Depang with me," said Zhao Yu. "Who's Depang?" asked the old grandpa. "Is this old grandpa dense? Can't he see the silly cat in her arms?" Zhao Yu continued, "Depang is this one." Hearing this, the old grandpa laughed even more joyously. This little girl was really too much fun. "Coming out with it, are your parents not worried about you?" the old grandpa asked. Zhao Yu said, "My dad, that damned man, is busy all day and doesn't care about me. I'm going to find my mom." Ha ha ha. The old grandpa laughed so hard tears came out. How come this little girl is so funny when she talks? Which girl speaks of her father as a damned man? I'm not a little girl. Zhao Yu continued, "Old grandpa, my mom calls me her dog's son." No wonder this little girl talks so amusingly. Apparently, her mother is a character. The old grandpa laughed. "Where's your family from, little girl?" "Xiaotuan village." Zhao Yu sighed in resignation. This old grandpa is really clueless. She already said she was a dog's son, and he still insists on calling her a little girl. Let it be. Yang always says to respect the elderly and cherish the young, so she won't pick on this old man. No. Zhao Yu shook her head. I'm from Jinghua village in Beijing, old grandpa. If you ever go to Beijing, remember to look for me in Jinghua village. My mom is very beautiful. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1095 To Meet. _4. Beijing? The old man was stunned. You must know, Beijing is separated from here by 1 or 2 mountains. She's just a child, and a girl at that. How did she get here? Looking at her clothes, she doesn't seem to come from a wealthy family. This seems a bit unbelievable. Little girl, is your home really in Beijing? The old man asked uncertainly. Of course. Zhao Yu nodded. I never lie to anyone. The old man continued, Beijing is very far from here. It takes 2 to 3 days by train. How did you get here? Do your parents know about this? Zhao Yu sighed. I was sold here by bad people. My mom doesn't know, so now I need to go to Beijing to find her. I haven't been back for so long, she must be worried sick. Hearing this, the old man looked at Zhao Yu with full sympathy. Little girl, it's such a long way, can you make it back on your own? Old man, I'm not little girl, I have a name, I'm Duo. Zhao Yu continued, just call me Duo. Alright, Duo, the old man nodded. Just like that, the ox cart journeyed for over 2 hours before reaching the destination. On the way, Zhao Yu and the old man had a very pleasant chat. Duo, I can only take you this far, be careful on the road. Thank you, old man. Zhao Yu got off the cart, bowed deeply to the old man, and then took out a paper yuan bill from her pocket and handed it to the old man. This is for your troubles. The old man refused. It's just along the way, how can I take your money? Moreover, since the girl had been sold here, he couldn't possibly take her money. 1 yuan could buy 2 or 3 bowls of noodles. His shabby ox cart ride wasn't worth that much money. It's not easy for a little girl to be out and about, and she had been deceived before. Even though the old man was also living a life of poverty, he did not want to take this money with an unclean conscience. My mom said that hard work pays off. You brought me here, so this reward is well deserved. Nobody should do something for someone else for free in this world. So please, just take it. She had been living with Ni Yang for over 2 years and had learned a lot. The old man looked at Zhao Yu with a very surprised expression. At first, he thought Zhao Yu was just a naive and somewhat clueless girl. He didn't expect her to speak such wisdom. It was truly unexpected. It seems her mother is also no simple person. Zhao Yu stuffed the money into the old man's hand, then waved at him. Goodbye, old man, if you ever go to Beijing, remember to find me in Jinghua village. My name is Duo, my mom is Ni Yang. Alright, the old man waved back at her. Lejia town was very bustling. It was nearly 180 kilometers away from Xiaotuan village, so Zhao Yu was also worried that sister-in-law from the Zhao family might come looking for her. By now, it was already dark, so Zhao Yu decided to have some food first, get a train ticket, and then find a place to sleep for the night, setting off early the next morning. There was a lot of food in town. Zhao Yu ordered 3 bowls of noodles. 1 bowl for Depang, 2 for herself. After finishing the noodles, with food in her belly, she had more energy in her body. After some inquiring, Zhao Yu finally found the train station. Only when she arrived at the station did she realize that getting on a train was not so simple. Because you need a letter of introduction to take long train rides and stay at inns. It's absolutely not allowed without such a letter. Zhao Yu became anxious. She had sneaked out, and had no such letter. What to do? Could it be that she wouldn't be able to return to Beijing? Zhao Yu anxiously paced in place. Just then, a middle-aged woman quietly tugged on Zhao Yu's sleeve. Comrade, are you going to Beijing? Yes. Zhao Yu nodded. Hearing this, the middle-aged woman's eyes lit up, and she quickly pulled Zhao Yu aside. Comrade, I have a train ticket for 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to Beijing. No matter the era, there are always those who engage in scalping. Just like the ticket scalpers of future generations. Many scalpers have become millionaires in the future. Really? Zhao Yu's eyes also shone bright. Then can you sell it to me? I can, it's just that the price will be higher than the normal fare, the middle-aged woman continued. The ticket office is selling them for 58 yuan each. How much are you selling them for? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Looking at this girl's figure and face, TSK, she could be worth quite a bit of money. This trip to the station really paid off. The young woman continued, are you heading to the city center? I'm going there too, how about we go together? It's not safe to be alone, it's better to have someone with you. Honestly, my home is also in Beijing, I'm quite familiar with this place, but after all, I am a woman. Zhao Yu hesitated for a couple of seconds, then said, all right. She figured the other party was also a woman, and a pretty one at that, she probably wouldn't have any bad intentions, right? Let's go then. Do you know where the station is? The young woman comfortably took hold of Zhao Yu's hand. Zhao Yu nodded, I think it's over there. Right, Tang Hong, you can just call me Sister Tang. What's your name? Zhao Yu said, Duo. The two of them got on the bus together. They were in the western part of Beijing and wanted to go to the city center in the northern part. It was afternoon now, so they would need to stay at an inn for the night. Zhao Yu had no money and no introductions, so naturally, she could not afford to stay in an inn, but Tang Hong had both money and connections. With an inviting look from Tang Hong, Zhao Yu and Depang ended up staying at the inn. At night, while Zhao Yu was asleep, Tang Hong sneaked out and went to a public phone booth. She made a call, hello, brother Zhang. I've hooked a big fish this time. Young and beautiful, and a bit naive. It's unclear what the person on the other end said, but Tang Hong continued, we should arrive in the city center the day after tomorrow afternoon. You guys can just meet and support me there. Okay, then I'll hang up. After hanging up, Tang Hong returned to sleep as if nothing had happened. The next day, Zhao Yu and Tang Hong continued their journey by bus. Along the way, Tang Hong was extremely warm-hearted, like a caring older sister, buying food and drinks for Zhao Yu, who formed a very good impression of her and was completely unguarded. Zhao Yu even told Tang Hong about her mom, who was incredibly formidable, wealthy, and beautiful. To this, Tang Hong thought Zhao Yu was just bragging. If Zhao Yu's mom were really that wealthy, beautiful, and formidable, Zhao Yu wouldn't have ended up in such a state. The clothes she was wearing were patched all over. After 3 days of hard travel, they finally arrived in the city center. Seeing the familiar city center, Zhao Yu's eyes brimmed with excited tears. Now, she finally felt a sense of belonging. My mom used to say, there's no party that doesn't end. Sister Tang, we've reached the city center, let's part ways here. Oh, Sister Tang, leave me your address, I'll come see you after I meet my mom. Tang Hong said with a smile, Duo, my home is nearby. We haven't eaten since we got off the bus, why don't you have a meal before you go back? You've come all the way to Beijing, what's a little more time? Chapter 1098 Mom, Xiao Wang bullies me. Zhao Yu cried out in excitement. Just a bit more, and she might never have seen Yang again. Thinking of what she had been through these days, Zhao Yu felt even more aggrieved. Mom. Mom. I really missed you so much. Yang looked at Zhao Yu, confused and said, You must have mistaken me for someone else? I'm not mistaken. You are my mom. Zhao Yu hugged Yang tightly, unwilling to let go. Yang had a tearless cry on her face. She really didn't have such a grown daughter. Just when Yang was puzzled, Zhao Yu added, I am Duo. I am your dog's son Duo. Mom, don't you recognize your dog's son? Dog son? Duo? Yang was startled. Is this really Duo? But how did Duo turn out like this? Is this a joke? A bird turning into a human, this seems a bit fantastical. For a moment, Yang was somewhat unable to distinguish what's real. Zhao Yu then said, I know you won't recognize me since I've changed like this, but I am really Duo. Mom, look, that's the silly cat. It was the silly cat who found me. Depang sitting on the ground meowed calmly. Depang. Yang was startled again when she saw Depang. Though all orange cats look similar, Yang had spent so much time with Depang that she recognized him at a glance. Yang looked at Zhao Yu, are you really Duo? Really? Zhao Yu nodded eagerly, I really am your dog's son, Duo. Yang had been reborn once after all. In this world where rebirth itself could happen, wasn't a bird turning into a human also possible? After all, the world is full of wonders. But still, she felt this matter was a bit fantastical. Seeing that Yang still seemed a bit incredulous, Zhao Yu leaned into Yang's ear and whispered, Mom, you have a small red mole on your back's shoulder blade, right? Because Yang was so pale, that small red mole was particularly conspicuous, like a red plum amid pristine snow. But this red mole, apart from Tsuhua, no one else knew about it, not even Qishan. It was because of an accident when Yang was changing clothes that Duo sneaked a peek, so she knew it very clearly. Upon hearing this, Yang stared at Zhao Yu in amazement. Zhao Yu was so anxious she almost cried, Yang, Mom. I really am your dog's son, Duo. Duo. Yang hugged Zhao Yu, her eyes slightly reddening. Yang. Mom. Zhao Yu cried excitedly. Ing. Yang finally recognized her. Meow. Depang also joined in the excitement. Tang Hong followed with a puzzled look and saw Yang embracing Zhao Yu, a glint of astuteness flashing in her eyes. This girl is really beautiful. She had traveled all over the place for so many years and had never seen such a beautiful young girl. This face, this figure, could definitely fetch a 4-digit price. It's worth it. This trip to Beijing was truly worth it. Duo, how did you become like this? After a moment, Yang let go of Duo. While rubbing her eyes, Zhao Yu started, well, it's like this. Just then, Tang Hong stepped forward with a smile, interrupting Zhao Yu before she could finish her sentence. Duo, who is this? Is she your sister? Zhao Yu lifted her head arrogantly and said, this is my mom. How about it, Sister Tang, isn't my mom beautiful? I wasn't bragging, right? Tang Hong said in surprise, she's your mom? You're not joking with me, right? Yang looked barely 18 or 19 years old, it was impossible for her to be Zhao Yu's mom. I'm not joking with you. She is my mom. Zhao Yu hugged Yang's arm, Mom, isn't that right? Yang gave a polite yet awkward smile, right. I am her mom. Well, this feeling of being upgraded to a mom is quite good after all. Tang Hong swallowed, well, you really look young. Thank you. Zhao Yu continued, by the way Yang, let me introduce you. This is Tang Hong, she took good care of me all the way. I am Ni Yang, thank you for taking care of our dog. Ni Yang reached out her hand proactively toward Tang Hong. Tang Hong grasped Ni Yang's hand, mutual help is what we should do, don't mention it. Ni Yang's hand was delicate and soft, like a fine piece of suet jade, an older person would not have such hands. Besides, what does her age matter? As long as she looks beautiful and can fetch a good price. Tang Hong squinted her eyes and continued, Mom of Duo, I just talked to Duo about visiting my house, why don't you come along too? My house is nearby. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Zhao Yu, completely unguarded against this kind and gentle old lady, picked up the brown sugar water and started to drink. Wait a second. Ni Yang suddenly reached out to stop Zhao Yu. What's wrong? Zhao Yu asked, puzzled. Ni Yang said, this sugar water is very hot. Drink it later. It's not hot. Zhao Yu didn't understand immediately and said, as she was about to gulp down the bowl of sugar water. She really loved sweets too much. Ni Yang suddenly became serious, I said it's hot, put it down. Seeing Ni Yang like this, Zhao Yu immediately put down the bowl, right, it's scalding hot, I'll drink it later. Tang Hong, smiling, picked up the sugar water and took a sip, it's not hot at all, Duo's mom, please don't be shy. Is that so? Ni Yang raised her eyebrows slightly. Duo's mom, what do you mean by this? Tang Hong stood up and looked at Ni Yang. At this moment, Tang Hong's three brothers also stood up, looking like they were ready to fight. It wasn't apparent when they were sitting, but once they stood up, Zhao Yu was startled. Tang Hong's three brothers, not only were each of them stout men, but they were all over 1.80 meters in height. With stern and fierce expressions, they looked menacing. In fact, these were not Tang Hong's brothers at all. They were Tang Hong's accomplices. The five of them, posing as a family of five, had deceived countless young girls over the years. Sister Tang, you drugged the sugar water. Zhao Yu looked at Tang Hong. At this moment, Tang Hong's mother immediately locked the door from inside and drew all the curtains in the room, while Tang Hong also showed her true colors, this sugar water, will you drink it yourselves, or do we have to force-feed you? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1100 Mom, Xiao Wang is bullying me. _3. Zhao Yu never expected the kind and gentle Tang to become like this. This reminded her of Wu Yenyun. Initially, it was because she trusted Wu Yenyun too much that she ended up losing her life to him. You lied to me. Tang Hong, you actually lied to me. Zhao Yu, furious, hands on hips, pointed at the people in the room, you, and you are all dead today. Dare to bully me, my mom won't let you off today. Tang Hong sneered, and the three strong men exchanged glances. The three strong men, in perfect coordination, rolled up their sleeves, revealing muscular arms, and walked over with fierce expressions on their faces. It looked a bit scary. Any one of these three men could probably lift her up with one hand. Zhao Yu, frightened, quickly hid behind Ni Yang, Mom. Go for it. But with Ni Yang around, Zhao Yu wasn't scared at all. She was extremely grateful to have met Ni Yang on the street, otherwise, she would have been tricked again. She couldn't beat these three strong men. Thank goodness. Thank goodness she still had someone to rely on. This feeling of having support was truly great. Tang Hong said with a smile, "The wise adapt, you can't escape today. If you cooperate well, you might suffer less physical pain." Zhao Yu peeked out from behind an Yang, "Hee, it's still undecided who will suffer physical pain. Tang Hong, I'm giving you a chance now, you better kneel down and beg my mom for forgiveness, otherwise, my mom will not be polite." Tang Hong's face was full of disdain, just with her. Although Yang looked beautiful and had a good demeanor, she was after all, just a girl. A girl, could she beat 3 strong men? Finishing her words, Tang Hong continued, "Be careful when you start, don't hit the face. They rely on their faces to raise their prices." "Got it." One of the strong men looked back at Tang Hong. Tang Hong picked up a cup, turned, and sat on the sofa. She was a compassionate person and couldn't stand to watch violent scenes. Bang! Just then, a loud noise suddenly erupted in the room. Tang Hong was startled, the sugar water in her cup splashed onto her hand, and she turned to look behind, completely stunned. Was she seeing an illusion? Just then, Yang performed a beautiful backspin kick, striking the chins of 2 strong men in a combo, lightly lifting them. Bang, bang, great! Awesome! Zhao Yu stood behind cheering Yang on. "Bring the rope over and tie them all up." "Okay." Zhao Yu immediately ran to get the rope. Tang Hong knew she had stirred up trouble. She hadn't expected Yang, who looked slim, to be so skilled. No! She had to leave here quickly. Tang Hong exchanged a glance with the old lady in the room, and they quietly moved towards the door. "Where do you think you're going?" Just then, Yang walked over, blocking their path. Old Lady Shengguan also gave one. Old Master Zheng and Old Lady Zheng gave a gold bracelet. The next day, Yang took Zhao Yu around the village, and everyone came to know that Yang had adopted a beautiful goddaughter. Yang was now the pride of the village, and no one thought there was anything inappropriate about her action. It's just accepting a goddaughter. What's the big deal? The following day, Yang took Zhao Yu to the city. Neither Zhao Yu nor the former duo could read. So Yang wanted to buy some picture books and materials to learn pinyin for Zhao Yu, and since little Yun was also 4 years old this year, she could also learn a bit. Looking at these strange books, Zhao Yu sighed, "Being human is so hard. Can I not learn these things?" Yang raised her eyebrows slightly. "No, you must learn." "Why?" Zhao Yu frowned. "I think I'm fine as I am now. Why do I need to learn this?" Yang replied, "Being illiterate is like being blind, you won't even know if someone cheats you." Zhao Yu said, "I won't be cheated." Yang smiled and asked, Duo, do you think I look cool and handsome when I drive?" "Handsome. Cool. The car is faster than birds, how could it not be cool?" Yang continued, "Then do you want to learn to drive?" Zhao Yu eagerly nodded, "Yes." Yang continued, "If you want to learn to drive, you must learn to read, otherwise you can't." "Really?" Zhao Yu asked. "Have I ever lied to you?" Yang retorted. Zhao Yu hesitated for a moment, then nodded, all right. I'll learn." Yang picked out a lot of books and materials. Coming out of the library, Zhao Yu touched his stomach and said, "Mom, I'm hungry, let's go eat." "Okay," Yang nodded, "Where do you want to eat?" Zhao Yu said, "Let's go to Country of Beauties. Back when I was a bird, I saw you and Grandpa do always like to eat there, the food must be really good. Sure, Ni Yang took Zhao Yu to Country of Beauties. Zhao Yu enjoyed the meal immensely. At this moment, she had to exclaim, "It's so good to be human. To eat all these delicious foods. What's birdseed? What are insects?" In front of these delicious dishes, birdseed and insects are just little brothers. Seeing Zhao Yu enjoying her meal, Ni Yang said smiling, "Eat slowly, no one's rushing you. I'm going downstairs to find Sister Lanji for something, I'll come back up to find you in a bit." Zhao Yu nodded, "Okay, you go." After finishing the meal, Zhao Yu waited a long time without seeing Ni Yang come up, so she had to go down to look for her. Just as she got downstairs, she saw Ni Yang chatting with a woman dressed elegantly. From the side, she looked somewhat familiar. "Mom!" Zhao Yu walked over and called out. Ni Yang glanced back slightly, "Have you finished eating?" "Yep," Zhao Yu nodded and turned to Du Jiaojiao, greeting her out of habit, "Hello, Jiaojiao." Du Jiaojiao was stunned, looking at Zhao Yu incredulously, "How do you know my name?" "Wait, what did you just call Yang Yang?" "Mom?" She didn't hear it wrong, did she? When did Ni Yang become a mom? And the kid is already this big? Oh my. Oh my. What did she miss? Ni Yang said smiling, "Sister Jiaojiao, let me introduce, this is our family's dog, Zhao Yu, nicknamed Duo Duo." "Your daughter?" Du Jiaojiao asked uncertainly. "Yep," Ni Yang nodded. Du Jiaojiao pinched her own face, Am I dreaming?" "You're not dreaming, this really is my daughter," Ni Yang said. A myriad of expressions crossed Du Jiaojiao's face. "No, Yang Yang, whose child is this then? With Pei Ji?" Ni Yang mysteriously said, "Guess." Du Jiaojiao continued, "No wait, if it truly was with Pei Ji, then the child would have the surname Mo. How did it turn into surname Zhao?" As she spoke, Du Jiaojiao seemed to realize something and exclaimed, "Ah! Oh my! You've cuckolded Pei Ji." Ni Yang chuckled softly, "Sister Jiaojiao, what are you thinking?" Just then, Zhao Yu suddenly saw a familiar figure. Dressed in an old-style cloth robe, striding through the lobby as if leisurely strolling in a garden, refined yet sharp. "Little bastard!" Zhao Yu ran over and hugged Grandpa Du excitedly, "Ah! Little bastard, I've missed you so much." Grandpa Du sidestepped, dodging Zhao Yu. Zhao Yu didn't stop in time and ran straight into a pillar, her forehead swelling up instantly. Duo, are you okay?" Ni Yang ran over to help Zhao Yu up. Zhao Yu clung to Ni Yang's arm and cried, "Mom, little bastard bullied me. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know to report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1103 Daddy, Daddy. I've missed you so much. Seeing this scene, Du Jiaojiao was stunned. Yi was also somewhat stunned. Why did Zhao Ye's tone sound so familiar? Who is she? And why did she call Ni Yang mom? Ni Yang helped Zhao Yu up, does it hurt? Serves you right. Who told you to be so impulsive? It hurts to death. Zhao Yu rubbed her forehead and said, "Mom, you have to avenge me. Beat this little bastard to death. It's just too much. To think how much I've missed him, and he actually did this." Yi walked over to the two of them, pinched Ni Yang's wrist through the fabric of her clothing, and pulled her aside, asking in a low voice, "Who is she?" After speaking, Yi added, "Is it Duo?" Although it was a rhetorical question, he said it with the tone of an affirmative statement. Ni Yang was hesitating about how to start explaining to Yi, but he had already guessed it himself. Don't you think this is all a bit incredible? She had gone through rebirth and had accepted the fact that Duo turned from bird to human, but how did Di guess it? His mental strength must be really incredible. Di looked unperturbed. So you mean, she really is duo? Ni Yang nodded, and then followed up, how did you guess? Di twirled his Buddha beads. In this world, the only one who dares to call me that way is duo, there's no one else. After giving the Buddha beads to duo, Di went to the temple to get another string. Although it wasn't as handy as the old one, it was still better than none. Aren't you surprised at all? Ni Yang asked back. Di said calmly, there are wonders of all sorts in this world. When you've seen enough, nothing seems strange anymore. His words were light, but carried a hint of bitterness. People who haven't experienced it themselves can't imagine what he's been through. Ni Yang nodded in agreement, you're right. Di glanced at her, and then asked, Ni Yang, how old are you this year? 19, Ni Yang answered. 19? Which 19-year-old girl is brave enough to not be scared when seeing a bird turn into a human? In terms of experience, Ni Yang must be far ahead of him. Are you really 19? Ni Yang smiled lightly, would you believe me if I said I'm 90? Of course I don't believe that, Di shook his head. Ni Yang continued, duo turned into a human, and you're not afraid at all? Di chuckled lightly, if a young girl like you isn't scared, what's there for me to fear? Ni Yang coughed lightly, after all, I am a 90-year-old. Then I'm 109, Di said, playing with his Buddha beads. Ni Yang looked him up and down, braggart. As if she hadn't bragged herself. Di smiled and didn't respond. Ni Yang waved to Zhao Yu, duo, come here. I'm here. Zhao Yu quickly ran over, not forgetting to glare fiercely at Di, Mom, you have to avenge me.